boring, generic milquetoast stuff coming from the network in Connecticut.
I describe him as the best, obviously.
Cattles.
He throws it out there, speaks his mind. That's cool.
And Ramie.
He's supposed to make people laugh. He's just an expert at it.
Cattles and Ramie. Live and local in the afternoon.
Sactown Sports.
Merry Clinchmas? Is this what we're doing?
I knew you were going to hate it. I literally said that back here. I was like, oh, he hated that one.
I didn't say I hated it.
You hate it.
I mean, I'm just letting it soak in for a minute. Merry Clinchmas.
How do we feel about Verlaud's Cinco de Clincho?
Better than Merry Clinchmas.
It's true. I don't like really hearing it now that I hear it more.
By the way, Carmichael Dave just tweeted that the Kings are frauds.
I just saw it.
What?
Yeah.
I'm proof.
I'm pulling it up.
And now he quote tweeted saying, "Don't leave your Twitter open at work." I don't know what he's talking about. I don't think those two things are, I don't think they're connected.
I'm going with the first tweet.
Yep. Took him 90 seconds to see the tweet, by the way.
I just said that too, didn't I? I was like, he has it. He has his phone in his hand. Guaranteed he's going to see it quick.
Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for joining us as always. It is very much appreciated. JJ in for Ramie. Ramie taking another vacation day. He is scheduled to be back tomorrow. So let's see if that actually happens. He's scheduled to be back tomorrow, but we've got Kyle and Simone behind the glass with us up until 5:30. Then we've got game night, of course, as we get ready for the Kings and the Timberwolves. No Cat tonight, and there might be no Ant, so we'll see what happens. But Kings, Timberwolves will be played tonight. And, of course, we've got game night for you coming up at 5:30. Let's look back at the weekend, JJ. 45 wins, my man. The Kings are officially at 45 wins.
That's a long time coming there, Mr. Cattles.
Who would have thunk it?
Not them. Not me. Maybe you, Ramie. Ramie was out on the ledge, for about 42, 45 games. He was around there, right?
Yeah, he was calling 50, and then he backed off, and then he got mad that he backed off. So then he I'd say, jumped on it again and kind of reinforced and doubled down the 50 wins. I mean, they got a chance, right? I mean, look, you got to go 5-3 over the final 8 to get to 50. And 45 is good for me. 46, 47, anything that comes after this, I think should be good for all of us. I had predicted 37 wins this year. Obviously, they blew by that a long time ago. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games, 2 games behind Memphis. Memphis keeps winning. And JJ, watching this team on Friday night, I know you were there on Saturday night. It's kind of your takeaway from the weekend.
Yeah, I think they did what they were supposed to do. You know, it's almost coming off as a spoiled observer every single week and every single night that we're getting to the point where I'm expecting the Kings to win. And if you would have asked me this last year, hey, man, as I think coming into the season, I predicted 35 wins. But now I almost expect these guys to win. Once they got through Phoenix, I thought they should beat Utah. They came out a little sluggish, but they tied it down on the back half of what they needed to. One of the things that caught my eye, and I was just sitting there, and I know you were in attendance, man. Walker Kessler,
yeah, man,
that dude coming in averaging 8 points and 8 rebounds. This dude was absolutely abusing the Kings, man.
Yeah, he's tough.
I don't know where this dude came from. I believe he's out of Auburn, if I'm not mistaken. But it's almost one of those things. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I don't want to sound like I'm not enjoying the ride, but I expected the wins.
Yeah.
I truly did. I thought 1-1 going into it. Once they beat Phoenix, I for sure thought they would beat Utah.
What if I told you without Fox, though, on Saturday?
I would have said they should have beat Utah, probably not Phoenix.
And that's the most important thing to me, is that, yet again, JJ, this team just continues to overcome obstacles. And I don't want to sit here and tell you that they've had it really rough. They haven't. They've been very, very healthy,
super lucky,
all in all, right?
Yes.
But when they have an obstacle, when they have something get in the way, they know how to react. They know how to respond. You lose Fox for the closeout of Friday night's game against Phoenix. It's a big game. You're able to do what you got to do to get that job done. You come in on Saturday night against Utah and no Fox. Doesn't matter. You find a way to win. You win without Fox. You win without actually Fox and Monk eventually, as we know, as Monk got tossed. But you're able to say to yourself, as this team marches forward to the playoffs, and we all know the circumstances tonight, if you win, you are officially in the playoffs. Suns lose or Clippers lose, you're also in even if you lose. So it looks like tonight, hopefully, fingers crossed, is the night. But we've seen this team gain confidence night in and night out, and we see them say to themselves, all right, well, we don't have Fox. We're not going to freak out. Oh, we lose Monk. We're not going to freak out. We've got Davion. We've got Deli. We will put this together. We will find a way to win. And here was Matthew Dellavedova in the postgame on Saturday night.
I've been kind of working hard all year, just staying ready. At some point your number is going to be called and you want to be ready when it is. And, so we've been putting in a lot of work, like low-minute games, assistant coaches, low-minute guys, Keon and Nimi, two-way guys. So, we got a deep roster and hopefully we can make a deep playoff run. It's a matter of everyone staying ready because, you never know when your number's going to be called.
Cattles and Ramie, JJ in for Ramie. And JJ, this all has to do with the coaching staff. Having these guys prepared and these guys mentally and physically feeling like they can help this team even if one of their big guns is down.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we've seen since the beginning of this season. The feel, the atmosphere around the team, the thought pattern, the process, how we've looked at this team all season has been definitely different than we've known the Kings to be over the last decade and change. And I'm 100% agree with you there, Nick. I believe Mike Brown set the tone, Coach Triano, Jordy Fernandez, DC, Barbosa, guys like that. They've come to the forefront and really set the precedent on where this team is moved forward to. And I think the players have responded to that. I think Domas adding to that, De'Aaron from all accounts and, hearing and speaking to and listening to guys that's spoken to De'Aaron this season it was his time.
Right.
It was their time.
Right.
And I believe all of that began with Mike Brown coming in and changing the culture, so to say.
And you also saw this team be able to beat the opposition in different ways. Like Friday night, you weren't knocking down your threes. You shot, I think, 33% against the Suns. So how did you beat Phoenix? You beat Phoenix with free throws. You beat Phoenix with being aggressive, right? You beat Phoenix at the free throw line over and over and over again, 30-plus free throws for them on Friday night. That's the way you can win the game. That's how you can create offense, right? And then on Saturday, the threes were back. They shot about 37% against Utah. Keegan and Kevin Huerter especially had very, very hot streaks during that game. So they can beat you. If they're not making threes, they find a way offensively to score points. If they're making threes, get out the way. And it really all begins with Fox and Domas. I know that Fox, of course, as I just mentioned, was out late in the game on Friday, then missed Saturday's game. But here was Kessler Edwards on Saturday talking about the leadership from both of those two All-Stars.
It's different, man. Just the way they carry themselves. I can't believe those guys are so young. When I see their ages, they carry themselves like leaders, like vets, and they lead us. So it's awesome.
They carry it like leaders, like vets, and they lead us. And you've got two guys. I think it needs to be said, JJ, you've got two guys who want to play. And that might sound ridiculous because they get paid millions of dollars to play a game. But really, when you look at Domas, when you look at Fox, both of these guys love the game of basketball. They love playing. They will play through injuries. Fox is expected back tonight. They miss a game. It's like the end of the world for both of these guys. Yeah. And you can almost count on them coming right back. If they miss a game or two, they're going to do anything they can within their power to get back on the floor and lead this basketball team. Yeah,
it's interesting, man. As I was watching the game Saturday, and I put this in my notes for sure, when the Kings gave up a run in the second quarter to the Jazz and they responded, I could hear Domas at one point in time when they gave up, like, I believe Walker Kessler had a 3-rebound possession where he went up, got it again, went back, finally finished it. And I remember Domas saying, come on, guys, beat,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
And you could see it. He was frustrated. And that's the type of guy that you're speaking about. That's the type of guy, type of player, type of leader that Kessler Edwards is speaking about, is you have guys that it means something to them.
Yeah.
And more than ever, going back to the Mike Brown, as you talked about here a couple of minutes ago, Mike Brown translating into De'Aaron, translating into Domas, or Domas translating into De'Aaron, whatever you want to call it, it means something to these guys. And you can see it possession by possession, game by game, week by week, 5-game increment by 5-game increment, half of a season by half of a season, before All-Star break, post All-Star break. Like, however you want to measure it up, the fact of the matter is it means something to Domas. It means something to De'Aaron. And for me, that was one of the things that I wanted to see this season. And I'll be damned. They've proved it to me.
Yeah.
They've come a long way to what I remember the Kings being last season.
Yep.
And that Mike Brown entails in that, Domas and De'Aaron entails in that, and of course the Monks and the Herders and guys like that. But it definitely starts with the head of the snake with the 2 All-Stars.
I said it last week. Time to get greedy, right?
Yes.
And I think when you look at this team, get greedy. And I wanted both wins. We got both wins, 2-0 on the weekend.
And you called that too, brother.
This team has earned the optimism, JJ. They really have. They've earned the benefit of the doubt. They've earned the optimism. They've earned the excitement. And tonight's going to be a very exciting night at G1C. Of course, I do actually enjoy the idea that they can clinch the playoffs on their terms tonight in front of their crowd. Look, no matter how you get in, you get in. If you backdoor your way in, you backdoor your way in. But if you're going to have a situation, a scenario play out, this is what you want to see. A chance to win the game, a chance to clinch in front of your home floor, on your home floor, in front of your home crowd. That's what we want to see, and this team has earned every single bit of it. Your thoughts on the weekend? Win against Phoenix, win against Utah. 916-339-1140 is the text line, the phone number. Wide open phones for you, of course, 1-800-920-1140. You can also check us out on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. And when you slide on by, make sure you give us that thumbs up. It'd be very much appreciated. Continue with your Kings thoughts, Kings reaction. Also, a former MVP requests a trade. We'll give you the latest in 90 seconds.
The last time the Kings had a winning season, you heard this.
Back to the hoop, lays it up, around, and in, at the horn, and Arco has gone berserk.
Now it's the Beam Team's turn.
The Knicks have it. Here comes Barrett on the run. Stutter step in the lane. Double clutch. Chase down. Blocked by Sabonis. Blocked. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
The Sacramento Kings will finish the regular season with a winning record for the first time since 2006. Catch every Kings game on Sactown Sports.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTRCM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and more.
This is Cattles and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
Feeling all the positive vibes in the YouTube chat, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Give us that thumbs up if you'd be so kind as we talk about the Kings and their ability to clinch tonight. A win, you clinch. A loss, you need either the Suns or the Clippers to lose tonight. If one of those two teams lose, you're in.
The Sacramento Kings are going to break the curse.
Tell them, Mark Spears.
In typical fashion, Nick, you know what's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Kings are going to lose.
Oh, come on. Why would you talk that into existence?
And the Clippers one of the Clippers or Suns are going to win. So it's like, we can't celebrate, but at the same time, because they're both West Coast games, and I got to check to see the Clippers play Chicago and at the Crib, right? So what will happen is Phoenix will win because they're playing Utah, so that'll be in front of Sacramento. Sacramento will lose, and then the Clippers are going to lose to the Bulls, and there won't be no celebration, but you'll be able to celebrate on your couch. Point. That's how the King's kingdom operates.
You know, we were all at the game. I was at the game Saturday. You were at the game Saturday. Jay Mars slid into the game on Saturday. Man. By the way, everybody with better seats than me, just saying.
Not salty at all.
Not salty at all.
That's not true.
Jay Mars pretty much on the floor. JJ pretty much on the floor. One of JJ's buddies
J
pretty
Mars'
much on the
son.
floor. Yeah, J
Definitely
Mars' son.
saw, J Mars and JJ on the TV. On my TV.
And
nosy.
Simone slid in the post game situation that we had going somewhere. After the game, I met up with Verlad and Simone, and then Kyle showed up, unfortunately.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Leave my baby alone.
I'm like, man, you ruined the rest of the week. Now you ruined Saturday night. Like, what are we doing here? And that's what Ramie said. Ramie said he was going to hang out because Ramie showed up.
Did he?
But he left before I got there. And then he made me feel awful talking about his dog's spleen.
Do we have proof that Ramie was in the building?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Simone was there. Chris was there.
Ramie type of catch, you got to get the proof, Nick.
And whether or not Ramie coincidentally left right before I got there, we'll never know.
So true.
I sent a text. He slid out the back door. I walked in. He was gone. And we were hoping to celebrate the clincher, but that obviously did not happen. And Ramie said that he would have hung out later if they clinched, which I do not believe at all.
I don't either.
He would have been gone.
Yeah.
The 2-hour blues would have hit him. He would have had a run out at some point.
Audi 5.
He gets the itch. 90 minutes in, he starts getting the itch. But it was a fun night on Tuesday. And we got all sorts of positive vibes in the YouTube chat. MC says, we clinch. My eyes might get a little sweaty. Mr. Allred, everything said this Kings team is going to upset the NBA playoffs predetermined predictions.
I don't know about all that.
TCG, this season has been so awesome. Couldn't have written a better script. Agree with that. I mean, it's been fantastic. I don't think any of us saw 45 wins before April happening. I don't know how many of us saw 45 wins, period, in a sentence.
With the playoffs included.
Yeah, and Willie Bowen says Sacramento Kings are royalty of the NBA. So feeling good on a Monday, getting ready for this game tonight. Kings T-Wolves at the G1C. We will continue to talk lots and lots of Kings today, but we've got to get to a gigantic story, JJ, in the NFL. Cattles and Ramie out on vacation. JJ in today, Ramie back tomorrow. So Lamar Jackson pretty much flipped the sports world on its axis this morning when he ends up tweeting out that he requested a trade from the Ravens on March 2nd. So the axis went askew after this tweet. And then now, speaking of coincidences and Ramie and all that, I would guess that it was not a coincidence that Lamar sent out a couple of tweets regarding his trade request just as John Harbaugh was sitting down at the owners' meetings. So he tweets this out when the head coach just starts talking. And, hey, John, do you think Lamar will be your QB1 this year?
I do. You know, you gotta plan for all the contingencies for sure. But I'm pretty fired up about Lamar Jackson. I mean, Lamar Jackson is a great player. Lamar came back in great shape last year. He's fired up to play. That's the Lamar that I'm looking forward to seeing.
So Harbaugh trying to stay optimistic and saying, well, you know, I do. I think our guy will be back as QB1.
I do. You know.
I do. Here was Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network talking about this request.
So if it is true that Lamar Jackson's business partner has been contacting teams, which, you know, the NFL has essentially said that may be true, which is pretty likely that it was true, then I assume that what this person was telling teams was that Lamar is available. The weird thing is Lamar is available anyway, right? Like, he's obviously franchise tagged. He hasn't signed it yet. He can talk to anyone he wants. He is allowed to negotiate with teams and sign an offer sheet. So a request to be traded isn't actually necessary.
Well, it's not necessary, but JJ, I would imagine that this is at least an attempt from Jackson to really, really apply pressure publicly and say, pay me or move me because I'm done with this.
Yeah. Just listening to the rap sound, I'm going to go Ramie here a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to go Ramie style a little bit. That lets me know, or I feel some kind of way in the fact that Baltimore's had to talk to teams and be like, hey man, hands off. Don't call our guy. Don't talk to our guy. Don't send no message to our guy. Nah, that's our guy.
Can't do it.
I just don't understand. Why would Lamar need to go out? And I get the pressure part. You know, he's applying the 5 points of pressure. He's trying to push the narrative Like, look, I'm here. I'm ready to play ball. I'm willing to negotiate. Don't forget about me type situation. And, to the Ravens and the NFL. But why would Rap say that? Why would Rap say, it's a little strange. It's a little weird to me.
I think the Ravens are at a point where they don't want to move on from Lamar.
Of course not.
But they don't want to pay him more than Kyler Murray. And so they're trying to do this dance of like, we respect you, but we don't respect you enough to give you more money than Kyler Murray. Because all the thoughts are that Lamar wants $200 million guaranteed at least, right?
Sure.
Deshaun got about 230, 240, somewhere in that range. And yeah, I don't think anybody's going to get that. If you look at the most recent contracts, Kyler took a big jump. I said this last week. Arizona is the team that really hurt the Ravens.
Yes.
Because the Ravens could point to the contract with the Browns and Watson and say, look, that's a complete anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we're looking at, right? Everybody else is like in the 140, 150 range. You got a guy over 200 million. Like that's just Jimmy Haslam stinks, right? That's what that's all about. But then the Cardinals, who are kind of traditionally known as a cheaper team, they then give Kyler Murray like $190 guaranteed. And at that moment, Lamar is well within his rights to be saying, look, I want $200 million guaranteed. So I think they're doing this, public dance. And I just wonder, JJ, and I don't know the answer to this because I'd have to know the guys personally. I wonder if you can put the toothpaste back in the tube. Like when is the moment that too much has been said? Because this has been so public. The Ravens, I think, publicly have handled it pretty well.
Yeah.
Like John Harbaugh has been pretty good about it. He has stood by Lamar publicly, asked about the injury, he stood by him, asked about the money, he stood by him, asked about if he's going to be QB1, stood by him. Lamar's side, and this goes into what you and I have thought and talked about as well, the lack of a certified, legitimate agent. And so, you got the weird story about his buddy contacting teams, and now you've got Lamar tweeting out. You had Lamar tweeting out about the injury situation late in the year and then during the playoffs. It just seems like this is not being handled as well as it could or should be. And that's why I wonder, like, when is just too much too much? When does the Ravens say, all right, man, look, like, we're going to move on.
That's right.
And they have the power here. They do. They get the franchise tag.
Sure.
And if no other team is going to step up, like you're saying, maybe it's kind of a whisper in the wind to the teams that, don't mess with our guy. That's our guy. Whether that would keep a team from jumping in, I don't know, but it's gotten ugly. And this is not where you want to be with your franchise quarterback, especially when the guy's a former MVP.
Yeah, I go back to, you said this early on. And when I mean early on, preseason.
Yeah.
I remember even last season, there were whispers about it, and a couple of Baltimore media asked Lamar, and it's like, hey, man, we'll talk about that in the offseason. We'll take care of it. We'll get that done. And I remember you saying, and I don't know, like something here doesn't seem right. Seems a little fishy. Of course, the fact that he didn't have the agent. And I always said, I thought, man, dude's too good to let this happen. And now that it's happened, and I should have known better because we've seen the Brett Favres, the Aaron Rodgers, we've seen big name guys go through this, and sometimes we just pin it on the player. But this seems to be happening, at least every year, every other year with big name quarterbacks now, because they all want to push the narrative of money. As you say, they want to keep pushing the bank account. But if you would have told me this last year, I wouldn't have seen it. And I'm sad that I'm seeing it now because it's playing out to the part where the league is undefeated.
Yeah.
The player's probably not going to win. And I'll say this before I get out on this, Nick, is even if you don't have an agent, you got to have PR. You got to have a manager. You got to have someone that can speak for you to the Ravens and to the media. You shouldn't have to be putting out tweets. Let a PR company or management or, look, IMG or CAA or somebody can be your management. They don't have to be your agent.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yep.
And I think Lamar's, he's missing that.
Yeah.
It's really starting to haunt him.
And it really, last offseason when I started to mention this, what really caught my eye was the fact that Lamar wasn't talking to the Ravens.
Yeah.
It got out that, they were waiting for him to call Eric DeCosta. The GM said, look, we want to talk to him. He's not picking up the phone.
He out here running 40s. That's what he was doing, Nick. Remember he was running 40s at the blacktop and all that?
And so when you see that, that's the concern. And so, I've been keeping a close eye on this since last offseason, and it has not gotten any better. And, again, you wonder how long this is going to take and how much is too much before the Ravens say, all right, we are going to move on. All right, we'll continue with your thoughts on the Kings. 916-339-1140 is the text line. Phone number is 1-800-920-1140. Aside from Kings talk, also coming up, we're going to update you on how things stand after the weekend in the Western Conference.
The Oakland A's open the 2023 season at home Thursday against Shohei Ohtani and the Angels.
It swung on him, miss. That's the way this ball game ends.
Catch opening night on Sactown Sports at 7 p.m. live from the Coliseum.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Valley Strong Credit Union.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect clouds to continue to increase as the day goes on. We'll see highs in the low 60s, cloudy overnight, and rain returns by tomorrow morning. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, capital, and everything in between. Learn about all the benefits of being a business banking member at valleystrong.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
According to PGA.com, the first match set of clubs were being sold in the 1920s. Prior to that, players just put together a collection of what worked for them from various club makers. When the gutta-percha ball arrived around 1850, players began to seek irons for this new, harder ball. Clubs were not numbered and referred to by usage, like a cleek for fairway shots and a rut iron for treble shots. As the irons gained popularity, there was a need to differentiate their purpose. They carried a niblet, mashie, spoon, brassy, and of course, the driver. This was followed by utility clubs like the Sammy, the Chipper, the Sky Iron, Semi-Putter, and many more. When Spalding marketed their Crowflight brand, there was a defined relationship of loft, weight, and shaft length for all the clubs. As other manufacturers got on board, the notion of numbering the clubs became common. Even the putter was labeled as the number 10 club along with its name. Today, clubs are simply numbered and most players have a good idea of how to use them. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. MSAutogroup.com.
When you're ready to get properly fitted for golf clubs, join the thousands of Northern California golfers who visited the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio. Players of all abilities found the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers answers to questions about golf club fitting. You'll find a professional staff of fitters, major equipment brands, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan. See for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Call 916-808-2531 to schedule your fitting. 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughtywood Barbecue.
I'm Craig Ashton of the Injury Law Firm of Ashton and Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real live person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on Milwaukee power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saws top table saw, or a Milwaukee impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. Stockton
Tucson 2022. Total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters and a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home, and the men who use PTO to catch afternoon basketball in March with the boys. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic number is 1 for the Sacramento Kings to lock in a playoff seeding. With the dub tonight, the Sacramento Kings can become the third team from the Western Conference to clinch a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs and mercifully end the 16-year playoff drought.
The Sacramento Kings are going to break the curse.
Kings are hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves at Golden One Center in beautiful downtown Sacramento, and the legendary G-Man is on the call for this momentous night in Kings history. You won't want to miss it. Head to SactownSports.com and listen along on our mobile app.
Kings fans, like the baby.
I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. We're breaking down the contentious Western Conference next on Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Yes, Ramie still works here, I think. Another vacation day today. He's been out since last Tuesday. Expected to be back tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Negotiate his contract. Need to negotiate Lamar's.
Non-exclusive tag.
I didn't give him these conditions. I'll tell you that. But Ramie hopefully back tomorrow. On vacation today. Oz is doing well, if you're wondering. If you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140, we would absolutely appreciate you giving us the thumbs up. We got 23 likes, trying to get to 50 by the end of the first hour. More likes means more eyeballs, trying to grow the content here in the brand. 6A to 6P, live and local, Sactown Sports. So if you like what we're doing, make sure you give us that thumbs up, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Also want to tell you before I forget, that it is 2:33 on this Monday. Time check brought to you by Coastside Medical Clinic, dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Before we get into the West, JJ, Daniel Beckham, asking me, did you see my wife mount me on the kiss cam? No, I did not.
No, I did not.
What? Sorry, Daniel. Yeah.
What? Sorry, Daniel.
Wife mounted him on the kiss cam.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't worry about what we saw. You should have been worried about what was going on.
Kelly, the first time we were on the kiss cam, Kelly went for it. She didn't mount.
She didn't mount you though.
No,
right? I was gonna say okay.
She went for it.
She didn't put the saddle on you, did she?
I was here. No saddles. No. I was here for all of like a couple of weeks when that happened.
Hey, look,
man.
All right.
Oh, this was in Sacramento?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
And my first Kings game. Yeah.
Lucky guy.
She asked me, "Do we kiss?" I said, "Yeah," but she went a little aggressive with it.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. And then you don't leave your wife hanging. So
of course not.
You got to meet in the middle there.
That a boy.
So now all of a sudden it's getting pretty serious.
That's right.
On a big screen. Alan F says, "No way they will win today and all will be good." That's to JJ saying the way the Kings have gone the last several years that they will lose tonight, and then we'll all have to wait and see the Clippers lose to officially celebrate the clinch. And that also brings up Leonard Keane. Stop with the negative waves, JJ. Tonight we clinch. Murray will get the 3-point record as well.
All right.
So we'll talk to we'll talk about Keegan a little bit later on in the show. But first, let's take a swing around the Western Conference. Take a look at what happened over the weekend, JJ. Denver Nuggets. They had lost like 4 or 5 in a row. They've now won 3 in a row, 3 straight W's. They play Philadelphia tonight. And unfortunately, no Joel Embiid. Embiid's out. Stinks. Everybody wanted to see this MVP conversation has been so heated.
Sure.
Everybody was looking forward to Embiid versus the Joker. And Embiid is out tonight after playing a back-to-back over the weekend. So, shenanigans. 1 seed, I would say, is locked in, right?
Yes.
We feel like it's locked in. It's done.
98%.
Yeah, I mean, Denver's up by 3 games on the Grizzlies, 5 games on you. Feels like they have a really, really good headlock on the 1 seed. Memphis, meanwhile, they've won 6 straight. They've won 9 of their last 10. And I wouldn't get too crazy just yet about the Grizzlies because 5 of those 6 wins against San Antonio.
Yep.
They had Houston twice on a back-to-back. They had Dallas, who's been terrible lately, and they beat the Hawks. So it's not like they've been going through a murderer's row to get this win streak. Ja's been great off the bench, so we'll see how long that experiment continues.
Those are 9-1 in the last 10.
Yeah.
Man.
Playing good basketball.
Yep.
Playing very good basketball. But, again, opposition, we'll see how it goes. Phoenix is 4-6 in their last 10 games. They need KD back. They did beat Philadelphia on Saturday. They shot 47% from 3, which is just bananas.
Terrence Ross was cooking.
Well, when Ross cooks, he cooks. When he doesn't cook, he's awful.
He's dead, yeah.
But when he's making shots, he's a dangerous dude. So 47% from 3. Again, it's all about KD for them. All they care about is getting into the playoffs with a healthy KD. They're a half game back of the Clippers for the 4 seed. So they're still kind of just circling around. And KD, last I read, was he's probably back Wednesday.
Yeah, this week.
So we'll see what happens with that. But KD gets back. I still think Phoenix is tremendously dangerous. The Clippers are 6-4 in their last 10. They lost to the Pelicans on Saturday. They play the Bulls tonight. Kind of similar to KD, like for them, it's get Paul George healthy, and hopefully he comes back to start the playoffs. Kawhi had an off night against New Orleans. He only had 12 points, but he's been pretty good lately. So the Clippers just trying to get healthy. And LeBron James returned yesterday, lost to Chicago.
Whew.
Favorite part of this game was Pat Bev doing the "you're too small" to LeBron. Is tremendous.
Just a little quick right-handed jump hook in the lane, and he's too small.
It was absolutely fantastic. The too small to LeBron.
Pat Bev is you either like him or you hate him. There's no in between with Pat Bev. I'm actually a fan of Pat Bev. I just think he's exciting for the league, even though, he's not a top guy. But, he's known. People know him. Look, I watch basketball for entertainment.
I like him too, JJ.
Pat Bev's a vibe.
He is.
Like, he's a vibe amongst himself.
Yes.
And
we all know you have bad vibes and good vibes.
Yes. Yes. So the Lakers are in 9th right now. They are 13 and a half games behind the Nuggets. They are a lot of games behind you, but they are only a game and a half behind the 6 seed Warriors.
Man.
So they still have a chance to get into the playoffs, not even have to worry about the play-in. LeBron, again, he came back yesterday. So we'll see if the Lakers can kind of put this run together. They got the Bulls coming up on Wednesday. They get the Timberwolves on Friday. Then they play the Rockets, Jazz, Clippers without Paul George. So last game of the season is against the Jazz. So hopefully we see a KD versus LeBron on April 7th, that Friday, Suns-Lakers. But other than that, their schedule is not too tough.
No. And look, LeBron being healthy with this miraculous tendon that I guess he's at a Superman type tendon. He's healed quicker than anybody ever in the history of NBA. I hate it, man. I hate it, Nick. Yeah. I hate the fact that this dude is going to come back and probably push the Lakers into the playoffs. And again, I've heard all the YouTubers, the YT chatters and the text messengers and all that, man. But in typical Kings fashion, the Kings are going to have to beat the Lakers of some sort. Watch.
So there you go. There's the whip around the Western Conference.
Can we just be done with the Lakers?
Not until LeBron retires.
Man.
They're just going to be just surviving somehow.
Then they'll tank for 3 years, and then they'll be back.
They'll be a part of the conversation for as long as he's around. That's how this works.
Tired of them.
Unfortunately. I am too. 916-339-1140 is the text line. Don't forget the website, SactownSports.com, and also the app. You can listen to us from anywhere. The app is Sactown Sports 1140. We'll continue with your Kings reaction, your thoughts on the 2-0 weekend, getting ready for tonight's game, the possible clincher against the T-Wolves at the G1C. Also coming up next, our Monday overreactions.
I'm Eric Armstead, and you're listening to Sactown Sports.
Armstead with relentless pursuit, and Eric Armstead came in and sacked him. You wanted more Niners?
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento's new home for the 49ers.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage of up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
The other workers' comp insurance company, they were going to reclassify our business, and then they were going to charge me $50,000.
Meet Natalie, owner of the carpentry shop. Shocked by an unexpected bill, she knew it was time to switch her workers' comp provider. That's when she found Pie Insurance.
When we got the quote back from Pie, it was a sigh of relief. They put us in a policy where we fit.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypie.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
I'm grateful that there's a company out there that's willing to insure us little guys because every dollar counts.
With Pie Insurance, you get pricing and coverage made for small businesses. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pie or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now. It's Truck Month at Maida Chevy with exclusive all-in-stock pricing on a huge selection of new 2022 and 23 half-ton Silverados in stock, ready to go. See all the savings at MaidaChevy.com. Find new roads.
331.23. Ace fans need Friday night plans? Well, we got you covered. Get 4 tickets and parking for any Friday night game starting at just $49 with the Friday 4-pack presented by Chevrolet. Save big and enjoy great matches matchups, post-game fireworks and drone shows, giveaways, and more this 2023 season.
But he drills one to right, way back, and no doubt. And that quickly, the A's have taken the lead. Second deck.
Friday night tickets are available at athletics.com/value. That's athletics.com/value.
It's Monday, and we all have an opinion on what happened.
Let's get a reaction.
Are you ready to crown a champ yet?
That team's unbelievable. It's the best team I've seen in years.
Has your favorite team thrown in the towel?
They're horrible.
Overreaction Monday.
All right, we'll get to our Monday overreactions in a minute. But first, continue the Kings conversation with all of you. Guys and gals have been fantastic on the YouTube chat today, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Don't forget to give us that thumbs up when you come on by. We're at 29 likes. I was hoping for 50. Does not look like it's going to happen in the next 14 minutes, unless people go bananas. Trying to get to 50 likes by the end of the first hour. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. Let's go to, before the overreactions, let's go to Lambert, who wants to talk about the Kings.
Yeah, I'm a native of Sacramento, and the lady who answered the phone, I told her that we're a cheesecake company, and you guys can write it down and then Google it later. It's called To the Bay and Back Cheesecakes. It's spelled just like it sounds, and a lot of people in my family are Kings fans, and I keep telling them that before the season started, no one, and I mean no one, had the Kings in the position they're in. So try to enjoy the ride, because you never know when you'll get back to this point. But they impressed me when they beat Phoenix the other night. They really did.
All right, Lambert, thank you for the phone call. Much appreciated. Look, I mean, I think there are steps to this process. And if you're not enjoying every step of hopefully getting to the mountaintop, then you're not doing it right. And so, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, the next year, the next 2 years, I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm in the moment. I'm optimistic. This team this year in this conference, I think, can make a bit of a run. I said that a week or two ago, that when you look around, these other teams are dangerous. They have dangerous cats on their team, but you're dangerous too.
Yep.
And you have an historic offense. This is the best offense that we have ever seen in the NBA's history, statistically, analytically. So, Curtis also questions the product placement. Yes, that was a smooth way to get a little bit of a free commercial.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Sometimes until you told otherwise, you do what you can when you can.
My baby boy did what he always do.
Pretty much.
He did. Even spelled it out for us.
Hey, come
just
on
in case
now.
you were wondering.
Phonetically.
All right, we'll get back to the Kings, 3 o'clock. We also have Brennan Nunez from Kings Herald joining us in about a half hour from now. But let's look at some Monday overreactions, JJ. I'll start off. Did you see Trae Young throw the basketball at the official over the weekend?
I did.
He got ejected. My first overreaction is that Trae Young is going to get traded this offseason.
Really? He's gone?
Yeah, he will not be an Atlanta Hawk by next year. By September.
I love it.
Give me just give me a random spot where you think he's going. He's not going to New York now because they got Brunson.
I got the perfect one for you.
I asked Nick there, Kyle.
Sorry. I got very excited.
Yeah, I see, brother.
All right. How about Brooklyn?
I thought about that in my mind.
They got a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
Put him with Bridges.
Okay.
They need a point guard.
Yep.
Because we all know Ben Simmons ain't going to be it.
No. All right, Kyle, where you got him going?
Sorry, I got way too excited because I've been speaking this into fruition for months, ever since the whole Trae Young, Quinn Snyder thing, or Trae Young, Nate McMillan thing. Where's Trae Young from?
Oklahoma.
Who's got 1,000 draft picks right now?
Oklahoma City.
And who's kind of in that in-between of tanking and win now?
Got SGA, though.
Well, SGA and Trae Young can play together.
They got Giddey. They got Giddey too.
Well, Giddey would probably be in the trade to
coming.
Atlanta.
Yeah, well, all right.
If I'm Oklahoma City, I'm not messing with that.
No, not even close.
Trey's got a bit of a sketchy background now here. I mean, he's had 2 coaches, didn't work out with either of them, and there, all the stuff about maybe some issues in the locker room. I don't know if I don't know if a lot of teams would be in love with the idea of acquiring him. He's a great offensive player, pretty inefficient, and awful defensively.
Right.
You have to have a team that is built around Trae Young in the perfect way, I think, and I know they made that nice run to the Eastern Conference Finals going back a few years ago, but that to me is lightning in a bottle. I don't know if there are coaches that are dying to coach him. I was surprised that Quinn Snyder said yes.
I know, because he's the complete opposite of what Trae Young is probably wanting or needing.
And he could have gone anywhere, I think. I mean, he could have pretty much picked any opening. Every single opening that came up, people are, talking about Quinn Snyder. I was surprised. He went to Atlanta with all the reports about, again, those guys not being content in the locker room and some of the Trae stuff. I was surprised.
Probably knows Trae might be out the way.
John Collins wants out. All right, you got an overreaction for me?
Yeah, I do. I think, real quick with the Trae thing, I think you need someone who's a bigger personality than he is, or someone that Trae can bow down to, if that makes sense. So you need a Kawhi, you need a KD, someone that can say, Trae, pump your brakes, be quiet, I'm the guy. I think you need someone with a strong personality for it to work. I'm going with the Mavs, who are struggling. They will not make the playoffs. I'm going to say the top 10 teams who are scheduled to make the playoffs in the standings right now in the Western Conference and or the Utah Jazz will make the playoffs. The Mavs will not make the playoffs.
It'd be interesting to see how they react to that. You get the Kyrie thing just hovering over your head, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's walking in free agency. What do they think of the future of him and Luka? We'll get into Luka and the Mavs a little bit later on, but they're having a tough time. All right, here we go.
Lost 4.
My second overreaction. The Celtics are back.
They never left.
They went 8-7 over 15 games.
Oh, okay.
This is an overreaction because people are going crazy because they had 3 blowouts in a row.
Yeah.
But they had the Kings on a 5th game in 7 nights.
Smacked them up.
Right. And then they had Indiana, who's not good.
Smacked them up.
And then they absolutely just blew the doors off of San Antonio.
Stomped on
And San Antonio, they were missing a couple of players. Let me see what they do against Milwaukee and Philadelphia. They got those 2 games coming up.
All right.
Then I'll let you know if they're truly back. I've seen good stretches. I've seen really good stretches. I've also seen some bad stretches from them. They could easily go back to we're not going to pass the ball and go ISO heavy again. So let me see what they look like against Milwaukee and Philly, and then I'll let you know.
I'm going. And I hate to say this because I don't want them to win, but I think they're the best in the finals right now in the last few games. UConn, they are going to win it all. I don't want it to be that way. I would like to see one of the other 3 guys.
I don't know if that's an overreaction with the way they're playing.
Yeah, I know. I guess because they're hot and they've been balling for the last
that's the second half against Gonzaga. They plastered
Man, come on now. They icky shuffled on them boys. I hate the fact that UConn, because I wanted someone who had never won, or someone, as we see with the Miamis and FAUs and the San Diego States, and Gonzaga would have made it fantastic. I would have had no hate for anybody that won. I hate to say it, but UConn.
Why you got to do me like that, JJ? I'm sitting back here in my Kawhi Leonard San Diego State shirt, wearing my San Diego jersey.
I'm rooting for you, Tony Gwynn. I'm rooting for you.
Kawhi Leonard. He took forever last time we went through these names to name Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
Winston Shepard.
Went through every name other than Kawhi Leonard. And then he dropped Kawhi at the end. By the way, we're at 48 likes. Can we get 2 more?
Okay.
Can we get to 50?
Step your game.
Send it.
YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Check us out. Give us that thumbs up. Again, more likes, more eyeballs.
Nick, I know how we can get it real quick.
What's that?
Simone, crack the mic.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, we got it.
That's it.
It's over with. Say something nice for all the listeners and viewers, Simone.
Oh, my goodness. If you are listening to us on Sactown Sports, thank you so much. If you are with us in the YouTube chat, please hit that thumbs up. And we're up to 52. Thank you. Bye.
Nick. Go ahead.
Thank you. Bye. My job is done here.
It's over, Nick.
I came, I saw, I conquered. All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. We get back to the Kings, people, because coming up, got to talk about Kevin Huerter. He's looking more and more like Kayvon.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
How do you feel about matching tattoos?
For playoffs?
No, division title.
No. They win the finals. Very exciting.
Okay, here's the deal. If they can go back-to-back, you get one on your back, I'll get one on my back, and then we can say we have back-to-back.
2 cartoon trophies, and each one has a hand
Yes.
out. Yeah, but then we'd have to touch.
That's fine.
If you wouldn't after 2 championships?
Oh, I would freaking make out with Jay for 2 championships.
So there you go.
Happily.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Sactown Sports.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. msautogroup.com.
ATM Mortgage.
Hi, this is Jeff Tarbell, and for 30 years I've been helping Northern California homeowners and home buyers achieve their goals. When everyone else has gone silent, we're still here to help. You can reach us today, 916-338-9400, 338-9400, or online at atmmortgage.net.
ATM Mortgage.
License under California CFL and MLS 2234889.
Do you know what the 3 biggest problems are that people have with most plumbers? Think about it for a minute. You could probably write this list yourself. They don't come when they say they will. They charge you more after the job than they quoted you up front, and they don't fix the problem right the first time. Who has time for that kind of aggravation? At Bell Brothers, our plumbers are completely different. We'll be there on time, right when we say we'll be there, and we give you a firm price in writing before we start. And all our plumbing services are backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you're not happy, you don't pay. For us, it's all about respect. For you, our customers. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234, or you can find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners. It's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet Store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet Store. Visit the Good Feet Store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
At Elk Grove Honda, we'd like to help you purchase your next new Honda. Right now at Elk Grove Honda, new Hondas are arriving on a regular basis, including the newly designed CR-V, new design Accords, exciting Civics, and much more. And Elk Grove Honda's pre-owned inventory offers choices there as well. So give Elk Grove Honda a chance to show you the new or pre-owned Honda you're looking for. We are Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda. Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughtywood Barbecue.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Sacramento Kings.
It's Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic number is 1 for the Sacramento Kings to lock in a playoff seeding. With the dub tonight, the Sacramento Kings can become the third team from the Western Conference to clinch a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs and mercifully end the 16-year playoff drought.
The Sacramento Kings going to break the curse.
Kings are hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves at Golden One Center in beautiful downtown Sacramento, and the legendary G-Man is on the call for this momentous night in Kings history. You won't want to miss it. Head to SactownSports.com and listen along on our mobile app.
Kings fans, like the baby.
Before anyone starts popping post-game bottles, we're going to guide you right up until game night coverage tipping off at 5:30 today, but tons to get into before then. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Now back to Cattles and Ramie.
One brings Makloff magic, while the other, we're still trying to figure that out.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Second hour of the radio show. No Ramie today. JJ in for Ramie, who took a vacation day. Brendan Nunez from the Kings Herald will join us in less than 15 minutes to talk Kings. Yes. It is a big night, possibly, for all of us. Huge night, possibly, for the Kings. People are feeling it. Andrew Cardwell, what up, y'all? 16 years of pain ends tonight.
It's already ended. It's already ended, Nick. Kings are in the playoffs.
You said that on our pre-production meeting, and it totally triggered Kyle, too. It was like throwing him off. He's like, well, not technically.
I was like, did I miss something here? Is it officially clinched?
Yes.
Kyle's math brain jumped up.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like,
Pythagorean theorem. He's like, oh,
do not break me.
and
Text line, 916-339-1140. Yo, JJ.
What's happening?
You tried to clown me last week.
Talk to me.
When I said the Kings finish 8-2, they start 2-0. So
means nothing. Got 8 more games.
Talk to me when they go 6-2 and they finish 8-2.
All right, we'll do.
Is what JJ is telling you right now.
Who said that?
Just a text line.
Oh, okay, yeah, no doubt.
Brian Jones, yo peeps, big night. Yes, it is a big night.
It is.
It is a big night. In part because of what Kevin Huerter did over the weekend. My man was doing work on Friday and Saturday. We weren't 100% sure until the end of the show on Friday if Kevin was going to be playing. He said he intended to play. We hoped he would play. Oh, he played. He played. And he was the leading scorer on back-to-back nights for this team. Overall, though, I mean, because we always fall in love with the shooting, and we always fall in love with the points. And I've said from the beginning of this year with Kevin Huerter and some other guys, don't just pay attention to the points. I like when Huerter has a complete game and when he's doing everything. Because I think offensively, defensively we'll get to, but offensively, he can do a lot. And he proved that again, Jay, over the weekend. Against Phoenix, he had 29 points. Great, leading scorer. But he also had 9 rebounds and 5 dimes. Yeah. That's the Kevin Huerter that I love. I love the Kevin Huerter that's getting you 5+ rebounds, 3, 4, 5 assists. That is a very active, engaged Huerter. It's not just DHO City from Domas, and he's knocking threes down. He's doing much more. And I also think, from when he was out for that stretch, what we truly realize is he's somebody that can score all 3 levels. He can score in the mid-range, he can score near the bucket, and obviously he can shoot the lights out. So 29, 9, and 5 against Phoenix. Here was Huerter in the postgame after doing that to the Suns.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always confident. I felt good. To start the game, it didn't start off great. Just getting back into a rhythm. I think I airballed a layup, early in that either first or second quarter. Just try to stick with it. Domas was talking to me over the course of the game, just continuously trying to stay aggressive, and got hot in that third quarter.
And then Huerter on Saturday night when you and I were there, JJ, 27, 7, and 4 against the Jazz. Another game, right? 5+ rebounds, 3, 4, 5 assists. If Huerter is doing that, it's going to be very difficult to beat the Kings. And in March, JJ, he's been good. In March, 5 games of scoring 25 or more points. He did it against Minnesota early in the month on March 4th. He had 29 points. And then a couple days later, he scored 25 against the Pelicans. And then he scored 28 against Milwaukee in that fantastic game here at the G1C. And then, of course, the back-to-back belly-to-belly on Friday and Saturday night. And the thing that I love looking at even more, again, going beyond the scoring, because if you score 25 or more points, great. But if you took 25 shots to get there, what are we doing? But against Minnesota, he was 11 of 15 from the floor. Against New Orleans, he was 9 of 16. Against Milwaukee, he was 10 of 17. Against Phoenix on Friday night, he was 10 of 18. Utah, Saturday night was the only game he shot below 50%, and he was 10 of 21. Kevin Huerter has been incredibly efficient this month. He's been scoring the ball, but JJ, he's been doing a lot of other stuff as well for this team.
Yeah, it's I go back to Coach Jay Triano, where he stated that Kevin Huerter was their third ball handler. They would like to see Kevin Huerter be their third guy who handles the rock. And it kind of surprised me a little bit because we know Malik Monk coming off the bench is going to handle it. We know Davion, of course, if De'Aaron's not there, he's going to fill in that starting point guard. But I didn't see that coming. And just to what you're saying is the shot making ability, the fact that he can handle the rock, dish it, give it away, take it when he needs to. But one thing I noticed over the last couple of games, especially with De'Aaron going away or being hurt, not playing, is Kevin has kind of stepped up into that role of De'Aaron, being that number one scorer for the Kings. And as you named off right there, he's kind of upped his total field goal shot taking because De'Aaron's not been there.
Right.
And so Kevin's kind of been the guy that steps up into that. So that also lets me know he's got awareness. He's got game awareness.
Yeah.
He knows when to step on the gas a little more. He knows when he's needed a little more. He knows when to kind of peel it back a little more. And I appreciate that, man. Kevin's been balling. Kayvon has actually been appearing for the Sacramento Kings, not Kevin.
Yeah, it has been Kayvon. and I think you bring up a great point there with Fox. Huerter's a guy, he understands his lot in life, right? He knows who he is and what he is and how he chips in and what is needed.
For sure.
And without Fox on Saturday, he steps up and he proves, hey, I can handle the ball a little bit. I can create. The same thing on Friday when Foxy had to leave with the hammy. So Huerter has proven that I can be the third or fourth guy on this team.
Yeah.
But if you need me to step up, and I don't think that, if you're the Kings, you'd want him consistently to be the number two guy, but he has proven that for a game, couple games, for a stretch, he can step up as that number two guy, and he can play off of Domas. And that he really is the prototypical player on this roster, JJ, that we talked about before the offseason last year when we said this team needs to add shooting. They need to add that shooting dynamic to go along with Fox and Domas because of how they're going to play offensively. And if you were to mold a player, if you were to mold a shooter, then, what you have is Kevin Huerter being that perfect guy that fits with those two others. He really is, because of the DHO action, because of he is a great shooter when he's moving. Not everybody can be that. Not everybody is a great shooter with movement. And that's what makes him so effective and impactful with Domas, because you've got the DHO, which is just almost impossible to stop because Kevin is so good off of movement, off of screens, off of the DHOs. And that's what we've seen. I've said this too. We talk about X factors, and I've said that, Keegan could be an X factor. If he gives you 2 or 3 games, JJ, in a playoff series where he gives you 18-plus points, Kings are pretty tough to beat when he does that.
For sure.
And we know, I think the record is, what is it, 5-1, 6-1 when he scores 20 or more? So when you look at this, though, you can really expand that. You have Keegan, you have Huerter, and you have Monk. All 3 of those guys can act as an X factor.
Yes.
If you have 2 of those 3 guys playing well, this offense that is historically great is even better.
Yes.
That's what's dangerous about this team. If you're trying to slow them down, if Kevin's got it going, if Keegan's got it going, if Monk's got it going, or at least 2 of those 3 guys, you know what you're getting with Fox, you know what you're getting with Domas, and that's when teams have a really difficult issue on their hands because, look, you can plug a hole in the boat, but when you got to plug 4 or 5 holes in the boat, it's more difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Going back to Huerter, one of the other things that caught my eye, and I had put this down, was, man, he's in the passing lanes for quite a bit. He had 3 last night. He had 1 on Friday. Prior to that, he missed a few games, but going back to the Knicks game, he had 2 peels. I mean, dude's I don't know if it's just the fact that he's been to the playoffs and he knows it intensifies now and these games mean a little more, or maybe he is healthy 100% compared to what he wasn't prior, but he's been in them passing lanes. He's at least given me 1 or 2. He had 2 against the Knicks as well. But yeah, when you have all 3 of these guys, I guess orchestrating the band together.
Yeah.
You got one on the drums, you got one on the guitar, and you got one, on the ukulele, so to say. I mean,
I thought you were going to go to bass. You went the ukulele.
Yeah, I went ukulele, man. Sometimes some of these guys have some weird type of habits, so to say. But I think if you can get all 3 of these guys on the same playing field at one point in time,
oh man,
oh my goodness, I would love to see it, because it just seems as 1 of the 3, 2 of the 3. It's never 3 of the 3. I never can get my lead off and my second and my third spot to go at the same time. And I just think if you could possibly get all 3, it would be fantastic. But I do think Herter, compared to Monk and Keegan, has definitely been the most consistent. We know he started off the season absolutely sizzling. And, he seems like he's finishing the season sizzling. But I do think if he can stay, I would prefer to see him be the number 3 right now than to lean on Keegan and the fact that he's a rook. And I would like to see Keegan kind of go up and down.
Yeah. And we've seen Herter do it in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
With Atlanta, he single-handedly won a Game 7 for them.
Come on now.
We've seen him play big in big moments. I don't know if you're going to be able to get all 3 guys at the same time, just because I don't know if you can get enough shots. Fox is going to get his shots.
Yeah.
I would say Domas. Look, Domas is one of the most efficient offensive players in the league. He doesn't take a ton of shots. So that helps the idea of, hey, maybe if you can get those 3 guys cranking at the same time. But I feel like one of those 3 at least is going to have to take a little bit of a back seat if if the 2 others are shooting 10 to 15 shots just because of the numbers.
But Nick, do you think this team moves as much as Kevin being the number 3? Like, if he's the stalwart of number 3, do you think the Kings move a little further compared if Keegan was that number 3 or if Malik was that number 3? Would you like to see Kevin kind of hold that down, or are you okay with one of those 3 mix and matching every night?
I like the idea of Kevin being the guy for this year.
Okay.
I think next year I'd like to see Keegan grow into that role as the 3rd guy. But I like Herter as a 3rd guy because, again, of the action they run.
Sure.
Because if he's making shots, it opens up the world for Domas, because now teams are overreacting to the DHOs. They're overreacting to the screens. And Kevin's done a good job of, hey, if you're going to overreact on the handoff of the screen, now I'm going to slip back door every once in a while and beat you at the rim.
Sure.
So I think that really diversifies the offense if Kevin is the 3rd guy. But all you need, again, this conversation just really, I think, opens the eyes. If you have one of those guys step up, and the chances are one of those 3 are going to be pretty good every night. So that's the depth that we talked about before this season tipped off. All right, you have thoughts on the Kings? Feel free. 916-339-1140 is the text line. The phone number is 1-800-920-1140. Don't forget the website, SactownSports.com. Emil and Frankie, Chris, Joe doing great work at that site, SactownSports.com. And, of course, we have the app from anywhere, Sactown Sports 1140. Brendan Nunez of the Kings Herald joins us in 90 seconds.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together. But let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco! Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
ACR Solar and Home Services is here to help you, just like they helped me. Jason Ross here, and ACR did a great job for my family, bringing their impeccable reputation and great workmanship to keep my family covered with a brand new roof. Now we're comfortable and dry during Sacramento's rainy season, knowing our home's structural integrity is protected. Our value is increased, and the home itself, well, it's looking and functioning at its best. The proof, it's in our roof. Now, you could get this same quality experience with ACR Solar and Home Services. Just go to acrsolar.com now to sign up for a free estimate and see all that they have to offer, not only to protect your home and family during the cold and wet Sacramento weather, but also including premium made in the USA solar electric systems. That's acrsolar.com. ACR Solar and Home Services is bringing us all the highest quality, highest value, and integrity since 1979. Go to acrsolar.com. That's acrsolar.com.
With you 1 mile at a time during the afternoon drive. Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Feels like a night to clinch, folks. Feels like a night to clinch.
When the Clippers lose. Okay, I'm just playing, man. People gonna start getting at me. I'm
The
just
Sacramento Kings gonna break the curse.
Yeah.
And shouts out to the texter who said he even went 2-0. Hey, listen, when we get halfway, 4-1, 4-1 or 4-0 something, I respect it. Not pushing it to the side.
All right, so let's continue Kings talk. Joining us right now on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline, Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop, is our friend Brendan Nunez from the Kings Herald, also does the Kings Pulse podcast. Brendan, as always, we appreciate your time, my man. If the Kings clinch tonight, how big of a moment and how much celebration should there be?
Thanks for having me on, as always, guys. It's got to be great in that building, man. I mean, it's been 16 seasons, 17 years, and it's been known for a little while now that this was going to be the year to end it. But I think just the fans deserve to have this moment of celebrating it, of everything sort of being worth it. All the people that stayed loyal and everything. And the players acknowledged the shoot around. Of course, they're going to downplay it's just another game to them, but they would also look forward to just the explosion that could go on in Golden One Center tonight from that fan base. So I think that I hope I get to experience it. I think it would be an amazing moment.
What's the first thing Brendan Nunez does when the Kings win tonight?
I got to keep it professional, man. So I guess take a video and then go down to post game, man. I got to keep it professional.
You handled that well, because I probably would have said something different.
Yeah, JJ would have been popping bottles. Brendan Nunez with us here on Cattles and Ramie. No Ramie, JJ in for Ramie today. Brendan, we were just talking about Kevin Huerter and his weekend and his overall impact when he's active and he's playmaking. How much of a difference does this guy make if he can give you what he's been giving you in March during this postseason run?
I think it's really important for this team. Obviously, the shooting is there, and I think it's even if the shot's not falling, he still has like a gravity and threat to him as a shooter. But we've seen him have these quarters. It seems like more often than not it's the third quarter, but there's been other times where it's either 1, 2, or 4. But where he'll just put up 15 points like it's nothing, and he catches fire. And post All-Star break, 14 games, he's putting up 17 points on 46% from three, just under 7 attempts there. So that's going to be there. But I think the playmaking that you mentioned is really important, just kind of as a connector, specifically when De'Aaron Fox is either unavailable or on the bench, right? So I think that really stands out, and they've really been asking him to rebound as well. There's a lot of times that Domantas Sabonis is involved in the initial action, and then Herter or Monk or some other guys, but specifically those two have been called out about kind of helping the helper and making sure to secure boards, and he's done that in these last 2 games, 7 against Utah and 9 against Phoenix. So I think that's pretty big for this team.
Kessler Edwards has seemed to find a spot in the rotation here in the top 9, I would say. Just from 10 to 20 minutes, seems like he's playing every single night. What are you seeing from Kessler, and why do you think he's earned that type of minute during the game?
Yeah, Kessler's played in each of their last 12 games, averaging about 15 minutes a night. I think that this is somewhat of a trial period. I don't know that I'm at the point where I'm like thinking he's 100% part of the playoff rotation. I think if he continues to prove himself as he has, that he could get spot minutes. I think a lot of it admittedly has to do with the wing defense on this team outside of him is pretty underwhelming. I'd imagine that if Anthony Edwards is available, he's listed as questionable right now, that they'll start the game with Keegan Murray guarding him. And that's a tough ask for your rookie. I think that Keegan has his moments, but the next best option is probably Kessler Edwards. I think that was one of the bigger games. That was kind of the breakout game for him last time, was matching up with Ant. So I think that Kessler has done a lot on the defensive end with his length and versatility, and then also not hesitating to let it fly on offense when he's open, I think has been important. But I do also think there's an aspect of there's a very real lack of wing defense on this team. So he's been a breath of fresh air in that aspect.
Brendan Nunez is with us on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Brendan, let's talk about Keegan. 4 threes away from breaking the three-pointers made by a rookie in the NBA. How's he performed compared to your expectations going back to draft night?
I think that it's been better than expected, but in a similar role. I think the team surrounding him is better than I expected, and that maybe messed with my evaluation of what I thought Sacramento should pick at the time. But with the surrounding cast being as good as it's been, and Keegan being such a big part of that, I think that he's been everything you could ever want in this role. He's actually on pace. It sounds insane, but he's having the greatest shooting season any NBA rookie ever has in history. He's going to break that record, and he's so much more efficient than Donovan Mitchell or Damian Lillard was. But I do think it's important to highlight that, so many of his shots are on catch and shoot. And that's what it's supposed to be right now, right? Nobody wants him taking these pull-up threes quite yet. That's not his role in this offense. So I think he's playing his role amazingly, and I think a lot of credit is due to the other guys, specifically Fox and Sabonis, in setting him up. And I think defensively, as I mentioned, he'll be on Anthony Edwards, I'd imagine, tonight. That, if it's the Clippers, it'll be Paul George. If it's the Suns, it'll be Devin Booker. If it's the Warriors, it's probably Klay Thompson. I think offensively, you know what you're getting, and it's been great. But defensively, I think he's kind of an X factor for this team.
Joined by Brendan Nunez of the Kings Herald. Davion has, of course, stepped in for the last couple of games for De'Aaron starting. He had a good game against Utah, I would say, with 11 points and 6 assists, 4 steals. Phoenix, he didn't really stat stuff, though he did have 6 assists. Do you see Davion turning the corner a little bit here, rounding into shape for what we need to see him for the playoffs, or do you still think he's up and down and we need to see a little more from Davion?
I hope that it's rounding a corner, but I hesitate to fully commit to saying that yet. I think the biggest thing for me is that the last 6 games, he has not had a single turnover, and he's not asked to go out there and get buckets, be crossing people up, although we saw a little bit of highlights in that Utah game. I think Chris Dunn might still be thinking about that when Davion had him spinning around. But I think just finding his role on offense, and he's almost always going to be on the floor when Sacramento's healthy. He's almost always going to be playing with Domantas Sabonis because Davion's playing in place of Fox, and the Kings always want one of Fox or Sabonis on the floor, meaning Davion is almost always going to get to play with him and play off of him. So I think just not doing too much, keeping the flow of the game going on offense is something that he's settled into a lot recently. And, of course, you know what you're getting defensively from that guy.
Brendan Nunez with us here. Just a couple more for you, Brendan, before we bid you adieu. Right now, of course, we talk about the Kings clinching tonight, hopefully, as, looks like they are the likely 3 seed when all is said and done. Right now, the Warriors are the 6 seed. How do you feel about that matchup?
And it's kind of growing on me from Sacramento's perspective, and that also has to do with I don't know that I love any of the matchups. We'll see about Minnesota tonight, but I think that their length has given Sacramento issues in the past. I don't want anything to do with the Suns from Sacramento's perspective, and the Clippers, if Paul George is there, have some wings that I think could give Sacramento some trouble. So I'm kind of growing on the idea of the Warriors. If there's no Andrew Wiggins, I don't know who's supposed to be guarding De'Aaron Fox. I guess Klay Thompson, but I don't think he moves the same way he used to. I think that Sabonis can try to use some of that size advantage with Draymond Green, who, again, I don't think is quite the same defender it used to be. And Mike Brown's got a little bit of intel on how that team likes to play and what some of their weaknesses are. I know they're built a little bit differently now, but that idea is growing on me. I don't know that I'd necessarily go into it with great confidence from Sacramento's point of view, but more of like a coin flip, just obviously thanks to that difference in postseason experience there. But I think it's one that could be pretty interesting for Sacramento.
All right, Brendan, thank you for the time, man. It's much appreciated as always. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, there goes Brendan Nunez, Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, one-stop Honda shop. Of course, Brendan's from the Kings Herald and the Kings Pulse podcast. We'll continue with thoughts on the Kings. Also, Luka sounds like he's had it in Dallas. We'll have some can't-miss audio for you and more coming up next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
As a small business, we're always looking for ways that we can offer the quality product and get some cost savings.
Meet Michelle from J.J. Pfister Distilling Company, a small business in California. When looking for workers' comp coverage tailored to the company's needs, she discovered Pie Insurance.
We heard about Pie Insurance being geared for a small business, gave Pie a call, and ended up switching.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypie.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate, so your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
We saved about 30% off of our workers' comp insurance when we switched to Pie.
It's as easy as pie to get the savings you deserve. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pie or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Chase loves soccer.
I'm Chase Guerrero and I'm 12 years old.
And his dream is to turn pro. That's why Chase and his family make sure he's always having fun and squeezing out his best with Go-Go Squeeze. Okay, buddy, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze. Go-Go Squeeze Fruit on the Go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
That's my boy.
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Yes, we do have availability. Those dates for how many guests?
Andrea's Boutique Hotel is the destination to tie the knot.
Oh, you want the whole property?
She needs an assistant to catch the bookings bouquets.
249 guests, huh? Oh, and 3 dogs.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. MSAutogroup.com.
Hi guys, it's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 603-2000.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic number is 1 for the Sacramento Kings to lock in a playoff seeding. With the dub tonight, the Sacramento Kings can become the third team from the Western Conference to clinch a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs and mercifully end the 16-year playoff drought.
The Sacramento Kings going to break the curse.
Kings are hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves at Golden One Center in beautiful downtown Sacramento, and the legendary G-Man is on the call for this momentous night in Kings history. You won't want to miss it. Head to SactownSports.com and listen along on our mobile app.
Kings fans, like the baby.
Before anyone starts popping bottles, we're going to be leading you up to game night coverage, tipping off at 5:30 today, and tons to get into before then. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Welcome back in to Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
So I got a feeling it.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
You know it.
Little Black Eyed Peas, right?
Yes.
Number one song of 2010.
Was it 2010?
Yes, it was.
I would have been way off. I was going to say earlier 2000.
Yeah, me too.
It all blended together.
It did.
Those 20s and 30s.
Kyle, do you want to say your joke about how young you are right now?
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to say it, Simone. I'm glad that you are enjoying the joke.
I was 4 years old the last time the Kings made the playoffs.
There you go. 4 years old.
Well, that's your bad, Kyle.
I got a feeling tonight's a good night, though.
Tonight you can clinch. You can also make sure that you've got home court, which is nice for the first round. That would be beautiful. By the way, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Join the party at YouTube. A bunch of listeners today watching and listening and chatting between each other in the chat window. We're up to 75 likes, by the way.
Come
But
on
I need
now.
100, please.
Am I going to push it to get to 100?
Oh, yes. You know how we do it?
You're going to go back to the old before we do that.
Okay.
Because last time we went to Simone.
Yes.
And we wanted 50 likes, and we blew through 50 likes.
Within like a minute.
And QHV, pressed like just because Simone. Scooter 916, way to take care of business at Simone. TCG, Simone flexing with the arm emoji, making a muscle. Rich Ficker, Simone, I gave the thumbs up all the way from La Mesa.
And I thank everyone. This is incredible, but we need 100. So if you're listening, please join us on the YouTube chat. Interacting. We're having fun. We're going to be, getting into it before game night. So come see me.
All right, so there you go. 100 likes.
Not literally.
Can we get to 100?
This seems like a cash grab.
100 likes.
It's coming, Nick. Watch.
Let's see if we could do it. And by the way, I do want to thank First Tech Federal Credit Union for sponsoring our YouTube. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Likes means eyeballs, of course, trying to drive this product, trying to grow the brand here at Sactown Sports 1140. You can help us do that by just swinging on by and giving us that like. Should be a lot of fun. If we hit to 100, it'd be nice. It'd be the first celebration of the day, hopefully with more celebration to come tonight. Meanwhile, as the Kings inch closer to the playoffs, what else is going on in the West? Well, the Mavericks are – I don't want to go too far here. I don't want to lose my mind just yet. I don't want to say that they're imploding, but things are not going well in Dallas. They are 3-7 in their last 10 games. They lost back-to-back games this weekend to Charlotte. They lost back-to-back games to the Charlotte Hornets.
Is LaMelo? Oh, no, he's not.
He done.
Of course.
Mavs are now the 11 seed. They're 2.5 games back of Golden State for the 6 seed. And if you weren't concerned by their play and you're a Mavericks fan, I think you were concerned by Luka's post-game press conference because listen to my man who just sounds miserable right now.
It's really frustrating. I think you can see it with me on the court. Sometimes I don't feel it's me, just being out there. I used to have really fun, smiling on court. But it's just been so frustrating, maybe for a lot of reasons, not just basketball.
What else is going on?
I don't talk about my private life. just a lot going on.
All right. So first of all, not sure what's going on away from the floor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on that. I'm not going to, speculate about that. Don't touch it away from the floor. We'll see. We'll see if anything comes out and if Luka goes into more detail. But obviously, he said something's going on away from the floor that has left him frustrated. And even more so, on the floor, again, this team, you brought in Kyrie. You thought it would give a little bit of a boost of life, and it really hasn't done that. The Mavs actually got booed off the floor by their fans over the weekend. And here was Kyrie talking about that.
So what? Just the way I feel about it. I've been in New York City, so I know what that's like. You obviously want to play well, but, it's only 5 people on the court that can play for the Dallas Mavericks. If the fans want to change places, then hey, be my guest. Got years of work ahead of you to be great enough to be on this level. But that our focus isn't necessarily on the Blues. It should be on our performance.
He's insufferable.
Man.
To go to the old player, we're the player, you're not the player. You can't play the game. Look, man, they pay their money, Kyrie. The reason why you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars is because people pay to watch you play.
Yeah.
And when they pay to watch you play, they have every right to either boo or cheer you. As long as they don't cross a line, like we've talked about before, and talk about family and be racist dinks and all that stuff. If they're just booing you because they're disappointed in this team, they have the right to do that. And you going all, hey, I'm the player and you guys can't play as well as us.
Yeah.
Nobody is saying they can play as good as you can play. They just want you to play better because you are the professional athlete. Here was Luka about the fans booing.
You guys put him in a spot here, but probably, yeah, this season hasn't been what we think it was going to be. But, we still got time to make up.
By the way, I would like to give you this quick update. The Timberwolves so far questionable. Ant Edwards is questionable. Taurean Prince is questionable. Noel is questionable. Towns is out. So that's what we've got so far. But, JJ, your thoughts on the Mavericks and what's going on in Dallas?
Well, in Overreaction Monday, I said they wouldn't make the playoffs. So I think I'm not going to say they're imploding, but I do think there's some TNT under the feet. Like it's almost that time. First of all, let me wish Luka anything that's off the court personally. If there's a problem, issue, man, look, life is precious, brother. I'm not saying, whatever it is, we wish you the best.
Right.
Straight up, man. Like, one thing I always do is I separate entertainment, sports, and life. A lot of people don't do a good job of that, but I always make sure that I do that. So I just want to make sure that, we put that out there. As far as the Mavs, though, the Kyrie situation, it was a coin flip from the jump.
Yeah.
We all knew that. It was either going to go up or it's going to go down. The arrow right now is probably pointing cattle corner. and it's starting to flex a little bit, downwards, cattle corner, and so it doesn't surprise me. I thought Luka's talent, Tim Hardaway being healthy, I thought it would outweigh the negative tones of what Kyrie probably would have brought to the Mavericks, and I thought they would definitely be in the playoffs and in the playoff hunt, and they are. But they're definitely right now. They're in the play-in hunt, not the playoff hunt.
Yep.
And so that's a little surprising because I thought Luka would, dude's a baller. He gets it done when he needs to. When the bright lights are on, he's going to put up 40. Howbeit, if you like him or if you dislike him because he's not in the Kings uniform, the fact of the matter is dude gets it done when he has to. And I thought they would get, a little bump for Kyrie, but I did think that. They wouldn't. I don't think they would go go far, I should say. But it's interesting that it seems like everything is crumbling down. You got Jason Kidd talking about I don't play. I coach. He's putting it on the players. You got Luka, sounding like he's got the flu or something. Man, it's like he doesn't even want to speak up. He's not even going to a high tone with the pitch of his voice. Kyrie's blaming fans now, which he's always done in certain instances, but he's also saying, man, you guys can't play like me. By the way, this is a conversation in the summer. I know you guys have talked about this. I'm a firm believer there are guys, and we can argue this to I'm blue in the face because I've seen it. There are guys who on the corner right now can outplay NBA guys, man. That's the truth. Like, I've been privy to pre-games and stuff where NBA guys can't even do some of the habits, man.
Yeah.
Like habitual things that players should do. So I'm with all the fact of, no, it's not many guys at Kyrie's level, but there's some guys that on the corner right now can ball G League style. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I'm not playing. I'm watching.
Absolutely. But to sum it up, Nick, man, they're in trouble. They're really in trouble.
Yeah, you're not going to fix their defense. Their defense is the biggest issue. And I know we got a text saying if Luka stops dribbling the air out of the ball. Look, Luka's played the same way he's played his entire career. And they get to the Western Conference Finals last year. The issue is they don't have a ton of depth, and they don't have defensive players. Their top two players play 0.0 defense. That's always been the case. Their wing depth is pretty thin.
Yeah, they traded away some of those guys.
Yeah, and so now you're up against it. Would I count Luka out? No, but they're definitely going through some things. There's no doubt they're going through some things. Coming up, NBA numbers that'll make your stomach sick.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sactown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk. Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on DeWalt power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saw's top table saw, or a DeWalt impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Powell Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
It's that time of the year again, A's fans. Opening day is almost here. Join us on Thursday, March 30th for the start of the season when your A's take on Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Angels.
And swung on and drilled left center field. Martinez going back at the track right to the wall, and he will watch it fly.
Get to the ballpark early and snag a 2023 A's Magnet schedule. So buy yours today at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Tax refund shock is everywhere. But what is it?
My tax refund shrank.
Mine too. The culprit? Pandemic-related stimulus payments and tax credits expiring. In this reporter's opinion, you need a tax expert.
Hey guys, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund.
And tax prep is 50% off? Going there now.
50% off is a limited-time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa.
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM. A rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with 0 down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
0 down with approved credit. Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Afternoon home for Kings talk and more.
This is Cattles and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
I mean, this is just shameless from Kyle. This is what happens when you let somebody run the board. And they grew up in San Diego.
Almost walked out, Nick. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Just taking advantage of the situation.
We're gonna dazzle you with our play.
Definitely don't need you singing it. That's for sure.
It's the biggest day in San Diego sports history.
Playing it is tough enough, let alone singing it. It's a pretty big day in Sacramento, too, there, Kyle.
That's why I got the Kings hat. I'm going to have more sports success in 24 hours than my first 24 years of life.
Why didn't you play San Diego State's fight song?
Because this song is a banger?
No, he has to play the song of a team that no longer exists.
Right. Are you still a Charger fan?
Oh, God, no. Not at all, no.
He said, oh, God, no.
Why would I do that to myself?
By the way, 94 likes, 6 away from a hunch.
Oh, we got that in the bag.
Come on, baby.
Just say what's up, Simone. Just say that.
What's up?
Got it, Nick.
Now, people are not going to like it because Kyle's playing the San Diego Chargers song. By the way, tonight can be a celebration for Sacramento. It's a celebration. David Neal talked about Monty bringing in players that aren't drama kings off of our
100,
conversation
sorry.
about Luka. Did you just like completely railroad me just to say we got 100?
Yes.
All right. So we've got Kyle playing San Diego Superchargers. We've got Simone just absolutely railroading the show to be like 100 likes.
Falling apart at the seams, Dallas Maverick style. Who's the Kyrie? Is it Kyle?
Yeah.
No, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
Absolutely, it's Kyle.
No, don't put that on me.
You are a little eclectic, I will say that.
Eclectic, thinks he's the smartest guy in the room all the time.
Wow. I'm Luka. That's cool. Like to eat.
To all of our Jewish brothers and sisters out here, I just want to say that is not, I don't want the Kyrie name on me.
All right, Nick, move on.
I was going to say, yeah. All right, well, you killed the music. So Todd Packer, unbelievable. Todd Packer says the city will burn down. Talking about Sacramento, not San Diego. I hope not. Let's not burn anything, okay? Can we not have like cars flipping over in Sacramento?
Yeah.
Can we not have that?
Gonna flip cars over tonight.
People
right?
Don't climb on telephone poles or light poles. Don't flip any furniture over. Don't flip any cars over. Don't go that route. Don't go down that road. You celebrate responsibly. Don't lose your minds. Have fun. Don't go crazy. A Chun YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Reporting in from the East Coast, staying up past midnight is a celebration in itself.
Yes.
Tears will be shed regardless if Kings win or lose or if Keegan breaks the record. Yeah, we'll get to Keegan a little bit later on. But
That's what's up, man. Congratulations, H-Chun.
Could be a historic night for our friend Keegan Murray as well.
Wonder where H-Chun's checking in from, Nick. East Coast. That's your stomping grounds.
Yeah,
brother.
I don't know from where, but he just said East Coast.
No doubt.
Ernie Castillo, celebrate good times. Yes, of course. Again, celebrate. Celebrate. Just don't do anything nuts.
And that's not a celebration song.
No.
Drop that. No.
It's just a banger, okay? I know it's a Chargers song, but it's just so good.
It was not even in existence anymore.
But San Diego got to keep the song. That's all we have left.
Well, next time play the Kansas City Kings. How about that? Cincinnati Royals.
By the way, let me see. 3:50 on this Monday. That time check brought to you by Coastside Medical Clinic, dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. So we remember the Lakers-Celtics game that was on national television going back, I don't know, what was it, like 2 months ago, somewhere in that range. And LeBron was fouled at the end of the game, and it was obvious LeBron was fouled. It was clearly a missed foul. I mean, the dude almost lost an arm. No call. And then we had the dramatic tweet from the refs, the NBA officials, about sleepless nights and all of this. Well, if you were wondering what the tangible reaction has been towards the Lakers from the officiating crews since that moment, it's been ridiculous. So if you look at this, JJ, Dr. Guru tweeted out an updated chart of the 15 teams with the highest free throw differential this season. And by the way, your Kings are number 2. That might surprise people, but the Kings have the second best free throw differential in the league. You have outshot your opponents at the free throw line by 187 free throws.
Man.
Sounds like a lot. 187 until you look at the Lakers, who have outshot their opponents at the free throw line by 411 free throws.
That's not even fair.
411, more than double the team that's in second against the Kings. Now, since the referees issued their apology and told us they would have many sleepless nights, the Lakers have outshot their opponents at the free throw line by 263 free throws.
You know,
263. Second place, the Heat, 123. That's madness.
There's a saying that we all familiar with. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, the great part about the job that we do, Nick, is we get to say anything that we almost want to, longer it's if it's in FCC rules and regulations.
Indeed.
Yeah, man, I can't stand the Lakers.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Yep.
Dislike them.
Yep.
Don't mess with them.
Yep.
Wouldn't rock with them.
Yep.
Wouldn't ride with them.
Yep.
Wouldn't be in the gym shooting with them. None of that stuff.
Maybe.
Maybe.
They can make me a better shooter, maybe.
Okay, no problem. I like.
Gotta shoot your shot.
I ain't mad at that. Look, it seems like you shot very well as your married man.
Shooting like Austin Reeves.
I'll say this. It just glows, shines, and shows. The league is helping these guys.
I mean, it's outrageous when you look at those numbers.
The proof is there.
Outrageous.
They're showing their hand. They have let people know. We want the Lake Show. We want the crypto. We want the LeBron and AD. We want Mrs. Buster or Miss Bus because she's not married. Miss Bus to be in the NBA postseason. We want these guys here. We need the West Coast, and we're not talking about Golden State, Portland, Sacramento, or the Clippers. We want the Lakers to be there.
I mean, when it's 411 to 187.
Come on.
And it's 263 to 123. And that's the team, that is trailing you, that is in second place with free throw disparity. The Kings, if you're wondering, they are in 5th place since the sleepless nights tweet. But the Lakers are just more than double the team in second with free throw differential, which is just, again, it's madness. Speaking of madness, we're down to the Final Four. And you also have to throw in, by the way, that LBJ and AD have both missed games.
I know.
They're getting those calls without LeBron. But I digress. So Final Four is set. We've got FAU against San Diego State. San Diego! Yes, indeed. San Diego State's defense is really the calling card and what has helped them get through. Martin and Davis are also good. Miami versus UConn. To me, JJ, UConn is the best team remaining in the tournament. They're playing the best basketball. Dan Hurley's a really good coach. He was at my alma mater for years and then left to go to UConn.
I see that you kind of got Luca on me right there. That pains you to say that.
It hurts to see Dan Hurley just absolutely crush it. But anyway, that's URI versus UConn. It is what it is. You're not going to keep them for too long.
Truth.
But you've got 2 5s, a 4, and a 9.
I know, man. This is what I'm looking for. I love this type of Final Four. Again, I wish UConn doesn't win because they've already won. I want to see somebody else who's not as familiar, cut the nets. But I like this type of stuff. This is what, when we think of March Madness, this is madness. I'm with this. Why not sign me up for this? I look forward to this type of situation. I would say you couldn't imagine San Diego State being in there, Florida Atlantic. Of course not. But I'm all for it. I will say this, too, on top of that. I do believe the writing's kind of been on the wall this season. Nick, the top 25 is shuffled more times this season than I can remember any amount of time. I was trying to look this up to see literally like how many different teams have been in the top 25, how many different number ones we've had this season. But it just seems like more than not. And I believe that's because some of the top talent, they're going to overtime, G League, they're doing certain things going overseas. We don't see the top flight talent going to college, a la Scoot Henderson, who's playing for the G League Ignite. And I just think, man, that the main top talent, they're one and dones anyway. Yeah. So I think this was just a matter of time. The writing was on the wall. This was going to happen. And I'm glad it is because we've seen the Butlers and all these guys come over the last decade or so, enter, but they never win. We have a great opportunity to see a Florida Atlantic, SD State, Miami.
Yeah.
Miami and basketball.
Yeah. Miami and basketball. And I know it's been brought up, and it's a good point. I've seen it being mentioned a bunch of times here over the last couple of weeks. But the COVID year also played a role because you have a lot of 23, 24-year-olds playing.
Grown men?
Yeah,
okay.
Grown men. And no matter how talented you are when you're 18, it's still tough to go against a 24-year-old man
Florida Atlantic
who's been around for a while. So that's what I would say.
What about the NIL money? They can play the part. A lot of people looking at Miami because they say they recruited with the NIL money.
I think it certainly played at least a part, somewhat of a role. All right, what would the Kings clinching tonight mean to you? We'll get to that next.
San Diego. The Oakland A's open the 2023 season at home Thursday against Shohei Ohtani and the Angels.
Swung on and missed. That's the way this ball game ends.
Catch opening night on Sactown Sports at 7 p.m. live from the Coliseum.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
ACR Solar and Home Services is here to help you, just like they helped me. Jason Ross here, and ACR did a great job for my family, bringing their impeccable reputation and great workmanship to keep my family covered with a brand new roof. Now we're comfortable and dry during Sacramento's rainy season, knowing our home's structural integrity is protected. Our value has increased, and the home itself, well, it's looking and functioning at its best. The proof, it's in our roof. Now, you could get this same quality experience with ACR Solar and Home Services. Just go to acrsolar.com now to sign up for a free estimate and see all that they have to offer, not only to protect your home and family during the cold and wet Sacramento weather, but also including premium made-in-the-USA solar electric systems. That's acrsolar.com. ACR Solar and Home Services is bringing us all the highest quality, highest value, and integrity since 1979. Go to acrsolar.com. That's acrsolar.com.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game in a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home, and the men who use PTO to catch afternoon basketball in March with the boys. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
There are plenty of reasons to love golf in Northern California. With giant redwoods lining the fairways, the best Alistair McKenzie course you've never played is Northwood Golf Club's 9-holer along the Russian River. The 7th hole at Pebble Beach is a beauty or a beast. Play a sand wedge or a 5-iron depending on the direction of the wind. Down the road a bit, Pacific Grove Golf Course sports a gazillion-dollar ocean view and a green fee about 1/10 of Pebble Beach. San Francisco's Presidio Golf Course survived the 1906 earthquake and was home course to President Teddy Roosevelt. In the summer, you can tee it up on the ocean at the links at Bodega Harbor at dawn and tap in at sunset in the mountains at Old Greenwood in Truckee. Unlike Caddyshack's Carl Spackler, a good superintendent goes unnoticed working behind the scenes. Green thumbs up. There's a lot to love about golf, and as columnist Thomas Boswell wrote, when you fall in love with golf, you seldom fall easy. It's obsession at first sight. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. Hey, small business owner, when's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But some don't check their rate often. Did you know rates can vary? In fact, taking 3 minutes to check your rate with Pi Insurance could save you up to 30%. Just go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for you with no hassle or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could save you money. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. msautogroup.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Your home for the biggest matchups in the NFL. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic number is 1 for the Sacramento Kings to lock in a playoff seeding. With a dub tonight, the Sacramento Kings can become the 3rd team from the Western Conference to clinch a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs and mercifully end the 16-year playoff drought.
The Sacramento Kings going to break the curse.
Kings are hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves at Golden One Center in beautiful downtown Sacramento, and the legendary G-Man is on the call for this momentous night in Kings history. You won't want to miss it. Head to SactownSports.com and listen along on our mobile app.
Kings fans, like the baby.
I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. We got Vocal on the Local next with the topic you won't want to miss, dropping right now on Cattles and Ramie.
Live and local in the afternoon.
They always keep you on edge.
Cattles
and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
Third hour of the show. Thanks for joining us as always. It's much appreciated. Cattles and Ramie. No Ramie. He's on vacay today. Back tomorrow. JJ in the side seat. So, we've been talking about this. The Kings have a chance to clinch tonight, officially get into the playoffs with a win or a Phoenix or Clippers loss. If one of those three things happen, you are in the playoffs. You are officially in the playoffs. If you win tonight, you also sew up home court advantage for the first round because you will finish in the top 4. So that's great. I've been saying this now for like a couple of weeks. The 3 seed looks like it's going to be what it's going to be. Unless Memphis slips a little bit here at the end, it feels like the top 3 are going to be the top 3. It feels like the Nuggets are 1, the Grizzlies will end up with 2, and you'll end up with 3, which is a heck of a lot better than any of us anticipated before this season tipped off. Steve Kerr could have helped his friend Mike Brown last night if the Warriors beat the T-Wolves. Maybe he did help the Kings in a way because now the Kings have a chance to clinch in front of their home crowd tonight. Here was Steve Kerr last night before the Warriors T-Wolves game when asked about having the chance to clinch here in Sacramento from his friend Mike Brown.
Well, Sacramento's always been a great basketball town, a great fan base. And so I'm really happy for Mike, their franchise, and the city. It's been an amazing season for them. Just watching them, watching the energy and the enthusiasm and the cohesion. I mean, Mike has just crushed it. He's done such a great job. And obviously Mike did so much for our team here and built so many relationships here that we all love him and we're all thrilled for him.
So Kerr very happy for his friend Mike Brown. Keegan Murray was asked about the playoffs and these scenarios, and Keegan actually looked towards the vets, what he had to say.
I remember one thing going through the draft process and things like that, I really wanted to come here just to try and get back to the playoffs. And I know kind of the hunger when I came here to visit that they were to get to the playoffs, and just knowing Fox and just kind of started to become friends with him throughout the year and what he's gone through. I feel like it's really a tribute to him because him and Rashawn and the HB have been the guys that have been here the longest, and it's all the hard work that they put in, all the trying times that they had. So just to be this close to a playoff spot is really a tribute to those guys.
So that was Keegan giving some love to Fox and Domas and the vets and HB, saying, hey, look, when I got here during that whole draft process, I talked to some of the guys, and at that point, well before the season, the Kings kind of had this on the radar. Got to get to the playoffs and this 16-year drought. Coach Brown was asked about how the Kings fans and everybody else around here in the surrounding city would react to the Kings getting to the playoffs. Finally, here was Coach Brown.
Knock on wood. Hopefully, when it does come, the fans definitely deserve it. The organization deserves it because it is a big moment, But in the same breath, I don't want us to get too carried away because we truly felt coming into this year we're going to make the playoffs. I mean, that's the mindset, in my opinion, that you have to have in this business because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
And I love that. Coach Brown has been very consistent, JJ, with that, saying, look, it goes beyond just making the playoffs. He doesn't want this team to feel like, oh, we made the playoffs, now we're fat and happy, we can move on with our lives. What's done is done. We accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. Nah, man, you got in. You're going to be a top 3 seed, it looks like. Keep pushing. Who knows, where this will end up, right? But I wanted to ask you, JJ, Kings fan your entire life, what does tonight mean to you? If they clinch, what does it mean?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Nothing. Because I knew they were making the playoffs weeks ago, a month or two ago. For other Kings fans, the utmost. I believe that if you were to ask Simone, if you were to ask Chris Verlaat, Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, guys who've been here for a while, the G-Man, we had G-Man on last week. He spoke to how fantastic the ride is. I'm not taking it for granted.
Right.
I'm just saying that the writing was on the wall, just like Mike Brown said. Not in the beginning of the season, but as of a month ago, Kings were making the playoffs. So internally in my mind, I had already said, okay, I'm looking forward to postseason.
You were already there.
I was already there. Yeah. I'm already looking forward to postseason. But I don't want to downplay the day and what it means because officially on paper, it's a huge feat. it is something that this city has been looking forward to for a decade and a half. Some people who are in the age bracket of Kyle have never seen the Kings make the playoffs. And so that's huge. To root for a team and never see them play in the postseason, if you're, in your younger 20s, so to say, that's a big deal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so live it, enjoy it, soak it up. Just like Mike Brown said, live in the moment. When they clinch, light the beam. However they clinch, if it was last night and they didn't play, hey, I still say light the beam. I don't care if you win or not, because it's a win for the city. It's a win for the organization. It's a win for this current roster. It's a win for this team. And quite frankly, it's a win for all Sacramento Kings fans who have been riding with this team and haven't experienced a lot of good times, Nick, to be honest, man.
I go a few weeks back, I had a conversation with you and Chris on text, and I asked you guys where to go to watch a Kings game. And both of you at that time said, like, yeah, we're really not that sure because, we haven't gone and seen like a bigger game or a fun game.
Right.
That meant a lot.
Right.
In 16 years. Like, you guys, I don't think you said you've never been to a bar during a big kind of playoff game because it's been 16, 17 years, right? It's been that 16-year drought everybody's talked about. And that really puts it in perspective. Here's what I would say. Appreciate every step towards relevance. Every step that you take to get closer to relevance, every step that you take that you get closer to a championship. And this is the first step. The first step is close it out, get to the playoffs. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace it because this year is wacky, man. Like, this year is wild in the Western Conference. I said it going back a few weeks ago. I think anybody could win this conference. Honestly, I think anybody can go on a run. There's no team that you feel is truly dominant. Joker's had a dominant season. What else is new? I don't feel like the Nuggets are just going to absolutely run through everybody. And you look at every other team. You got the injuries. You've got the questions. Memphis has tons of questions. The Suns with KD, he's coming back this week. What's that going to look like? Of course, you got PG and what's going on in LA with the Clippers. LeBron, can he stay healthy? AD, can he stay healthy? Do they have enough, the Lakers, to make that push? This is wide open.
Yeah.
And you do not get many years like this that are wide open. Like, if you're in the Eastern Conference right now, you're thinking one of those top 3 seeds is getting it, right? It's either Milwaukee, Boston, or Philly, and that's been the case since like the beginning of the year. This is different, man. So appreciate every step towards relevance. Appreciate and embrace the fun moments. Take a second and just, think about what's happening tonight and where you were and who you were with and what you were doing, because it is going to be a magical moment when this thing gets done. And have legit optimism towards a path for a run.
Absolutely.
Because you have it. You have a legitimate path. I mean, if you played tonight, playoffs, game 1, you're going against the Warriors.
Got a shot.
What if you beat Golden State in the first round? Now you're not only is your confidence just through the roof, but then I feel like you believe maybe even more than you believe right now.
Oh,
if you go out and beat the defending champions.
Definitely.
So I think this season, in perspective, could be a start of a big-time change within the city and within this franchise to get back to the level you guys were at in the early 2000s, when I used to watch all the way on the East Coast and be just knocked over by the reaction of the crowds and how loud Arco was. You're getting to that, and just appreciate every step, just like in real life, man. When you propose, when you get married, when you have a kid. As a sports fan, embrace every step towards what is hopefully a fantastic run. So
live in the moment.
I want your thoughts on this. Your reaction to possibly clinching tonight. I saw a tweet that it's 6th man celebration tonight. So whoever's going to the game tonight is also going to get a T-shirt.
Okay.
With a 6 on it.
4 threads.
So it's the 6th man celebration. But I want to hear from Kings fans this hour. I want to hear what you're thinking, how you're feeling as we get ready for this game tonight, on the precipice of getting to the playoffs, of clinching. 916-339-1140 is the text line. Phone number is 1-800-920-1140. You can also swing by, check us out, YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. trying to get to 150 likes by the end of the show. Can we get to 150 likes?
Step your game.
By the end of the show. Like the show. If you're watching, if you're listening, if you're involved in this party as we get ready for hopefully a much bigger party tonight.
Yes.
YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. We'll get to your reaction on how you're feeling right now. Also, Keegan is on the brink of some history. We'll talk about that and more in 90 seconds.
The last time the Kings had a winning season, you heard this.
Mark to the hoop, lays it up, around, and in, at the horn, and Arco has gone for score.
Now it's the Beam Team's turn.
The Knicks have it. Here comes Barrett on the run. Stutter step in the lane. Double clutch. Chase down block by Sabonis. Rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
The Sacramento Kings will finish the regular season with a winning record for the first time since 2006. Catch every Kings game on Sactown Sports.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all four arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and more.
This is Cattles and Ramie
on Sactown Sports.
Katie Vieira, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Check us out. Trying to get to 150 likes.
Oh, we got that, Nick.
So, by the way, Nick K and Rippon says, at this rate, if Simone stays on the air the rest of the show, you probably hit 250 to 300.
That part, Simone, we're going to need you. Just say what's up to the lovely fans.
Simone, what's up, you guys? You know I love my YouTube people, everyone listening wherever you are. It's an exciting time for us Kings fans here at Sactown Sports. Thank you so much.
Indeed it is. Katie, YouTube, feeling excited, feeling ready, but also feeling broke as ticket prices were wild.
Man, come on
I waited
now.
too long.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I said this morning, and I know people are going to be like, oh.
Say your piece, Nick.
These tickets aren't that bad, folks.
They're not.
In the big picture, I know it's a little sticker shock because it's been a while, but the prices I saw this morning ain't too bad.
Sure.
Let me show you my paychecks.
If I,
well, that's a different conversation, Kyle.
Yeah, that's a different road to go down. I don't even want to tell you the money I paid for WrestleMania tickets for this weekend.
Don't.
But I would say
I could judge by the face.
This is what happens, by the way. Like, be prepared for this, because along with success comes different stuff.
Straight up.
Ain't going to be as easy to go to Kings games anymore.
You're not lying.
You know, it's gonna cost you some money. And, you know, if look, I grew up in New England, obviously, and Boston is a top 10 market. So you can imagine Javier saying, Nick, showing the class difference, SMH. No, I'm just telling you in the big picture. And Javier, I grew up poor, buddy. I know what it is to have zero money, but
and y'all got to stop sleeping on courtside cattle.
I'm just telling you, like, in comparison to other, you know, other cities and big markets, top 10, top 15, even top 20 markets, you know, for example, 180 for a ticket isn't like, oh my God. So just be ready. So I'm trying to prepare you. If you think these tickets are expensive now, they're not going to get cheaper as this team gets better. So
what do you think that let's go and check and see what that ticket price is right now?
I bet it's got to be over 200.
Are we up to 200? We'll see. By the way, BW says, as far as how he'll feel about clinching tonight. Thanks for keeping it real, JJ. Means absolutely nothing to me to clinch a playoff spot. Let's see if we can wrap up a 3 seed, and that would be incredible.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to downplay it because it's not. I'm just what you said and just what Mike Brown said. I'm taking a part of what both of you guys said, Nick, is enjoying living in the moment every single day. I just so happen to work in sports and be a part of it. And so I'm living it, right, every single day. I get to see the joy. I get to hear Simone. I get to hear you guys talk about it. We come in, we listen to Dave and all these guys and so many guys who join the show and talk about it. We see the national pundits talking about it. So I'm living in the day. I'm not downplaying it at all, but I'm also part of the team of I want to win it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to win this thing. I don't like to come in third. I don't like to come in seventh. I know there's steps to this. I know there's levels to this. I get that. But I want to pop champagne, brother. I'm J.R. Smith. I want to walk around the city with no T-shirt. That's my goal.
Well, don't get Ramie going, because Ramie talking about ripping shirts off. And
shirtless JJ is a nice image.
I mean,
I'm just saying. But that, I don't mean to be funny with it, but I also mean to say, like, there are goals.
Yeah.
And the fact that these things have kind of already been accomplished, not officially, but the Kings would have had to lose almost 20 games straight not to make the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, I think we all felt coming out of the All-Star break that this team was a playoff team. We felt this team was a playoff team well before the All-Star break, but numbers-wise, analytically, statistically,
sure,
you knew they had a really, really, really good shot of getting there.
Straight up.
And as they continue to play great basketball post All-Star break, it became even more obvious. You know, when they start off, 11-2 post All-Star break?
Yep.
I mean, come on. This team is one of the best teams in the NBA, at least in the regular season. It's been proven. It's fact. It's not even opinion. It's fact. This team is one of the best teams in the league. They're top 5 or 6 team in the league right now. And if you look at the statistics going back to early January, we gave you those, a couple weeks ago. But this team, like, net rating is a top 3-4 team in the NBA. Win-loss record is a top 3-4 team in the NBA. This team is really good at playing basketball, which is important when you play basketball for a living. So, yeah, there's no denying that this team is good. And I think that's what JJ is saying.
Yes.
It's like he mentally accepted this team going to the playoffs a long time ago.
Yeah.
So tonight, it's great. The clincher hopefully happens tonight. Be fantastic. But for all intents and purposes, JJ was ready for this weeks and weeks ago.
I'm trying to tell you, brother. Let me tell you, I've been excited, pumped, jacked, all of the adverbs you could throw in there. The fact of these guys are playing, I mean, above and beyond what I've ever imagined this season.
Yeah.
And as you said, sometimes you just kind of, you don't have to deny it any longer. Like, this team is good.
Yeah.
You just said it. Like, this team is good.
Accept it, embrace it.
That's it, brother. Real quick, somebody right now, I might pull the trigger. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but you can go to Ticketmaster, Kings, right now. Somebody's got a pair. Is it a pair? Yeah, it's a pair. They're selling section 103 row in. 108 a piece.
Not bad.
No.
That's not bad at all.
Right. The next one up, Ticketmaster section 214, 169 a piece. That's Ticketmaster. Vivid Seats, they got section 201s. They're going for about $140.
So there you go. And aside from watching, hopefully, the clincher tonight, you could also maybe see some history with Keegan.
Yes.
4 threes away from the most three-pointers made by a rookie in NBA history. Here was Coach Brown talking about his rookie over the weekend.
If he breaks that record and he's not first team all rookie, especially with our team record, then all this is, in my opinion, because he deserves it. That record is like monumental, in my opinion, when it comes to rookies. You're talking about Donovan Mitchell has it right now, and look what he's doing in this league. So to me, Keegan's job as a rookie is 100, and this is, I'm not trying to take it because Banchero down in Orlando, I mean, great player. Obviously, Chet's hurt, but to break that record with your team sitting in the third spot and going to the playoffs, and you've been starting for this team all year, come on, man. That's a no-brainer for first team all rookie.
So here's what I'll say. Keegan, it's the gift and the curse of being on a good team, right?
Yeah.
Because look, I understand what Coach Brown is saying. Is like, hey, he's had a good year. He's on a team that's the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. He's going to break this record. And I don't disagree with any of that. But people will look at it and say, well, Keegan might be having this good of a year because of the talent on the team. And what if Keegan was drafted to a team that he had to be the number 1 guy and he's taking 20 to 25 shots a night? The efficiency might not be there. It's the gift and curse.
Yeah.
But I think you could argue back if you're Keegan and say, yeah, but with more opportunity, if I didn't have to sit behind, these vets and these good players, if I didn't have to do that, if I wasn't on such a good team, then I could be doing some, hero ball, so to speak, and taking these shots, and I would have broke this record 3 months ago. But then other players, other people would say, well, it's a little easier for you because defenses have to watch out for Fox and Domas, and they load up on Herter. And because you're the 4th option, you're getting a lot of great looks. So it's a gift and curse. Does he make the first team? I don't know. He should be considered one of the top 5 to 6 rookies in the league, but we'll see if it happens.
Yeah, I think Paolo walks away with the Rookie of the Year. I would imagine Ben Matherin. You'll probably see Jaden Ivey, Keegan,
Jabari Smith,
Jabari. I don't know.
But
Jalen Williams has been balling too.
Fantastic in OKC.
Yeah, he's been balling. But I mean, Keegan's throwing up 12-5, shooting over 40% from the 3-point strike, free throw percent, 75%. Playing pretty well. I mean, he's definitely in the talks. He's in the conversation.
It'd be interesting to see how many people, when we had that conversation, when I said if Keegan gave you 15 and 8 this year, it would be a great rookie season. We had people saying, nah, he's going to give you at least 18 and 10, 20. I try to tell you all, it's
15, 12 and 5.
As the 4th option on a good team, this is what happens. He's not going out there taking 20 shots a night. Makes it a little bit more difficult. We'll continue Kings talking a heck of a lot more coming up.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
How do you feel about matching tattoos?
For playoffs?
No, division title.
Yeah. They win the finals. Very excited.
Okay, here's the deal. If they can go back to back, you get one on your back, I'll get one on my back, and then we can say we have back to back.
2 cartoon trophies, and each one has a hand
Yes.
out. Yeah, but then we'd have to touch.
That's fine.
If you wouldn't after 2 championships?
Oh, I would freaking make out with Jay for 2 championships.
So there you go.
Happily.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Sactown Sports.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTRCM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Kenny and Jerry here from Bell Brothers, and people always ask us, why does a heating and air conditioning company also sell replacement windows?
Simple. We're all about lowering your energy bills and keeping your home comfortable. And for a lot of homes in the area, old, outdated windows are a major problem.
If your home is more than 10 years old, you should at least get your windows inspected.
Chances are high that new, ultra-efficient windows from Bell Brothers will make a world of difference, both in energy bills and the comfort of your home.
And right now, when you buy 8 or more windows, we'll give you 50% off any sliding glass door or a free pet door.
So, call Bell Brothers now at 916-444-1234 or online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughtywood Barbecue.
Hi guys, it's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic number is 1 for the Sacramento Kings to lock in a playoff seeding. With the dub tonight, the Sacramento Kings can become the 3rd team from the Western Conference to clinch a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs and mercifully end the 16-year playoff drought.
The Sacramento Kings going to break the curse.
Kings are hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves at Golden One Center in beautiful downtown Sacramento, and the legendary G-Man is on the call for this momentous night in Kings history. You won't want to miss it. Head to SactownSports.com and listen along on our mobile app.
Kings fans, like the baby.
So before anyone starts popping post-game bottles, we're going to guide you right up until game night coverage, tipping off at 5:30 today, but tons to get into before then. I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Welcome back into Cattles and Ramie with special co-host JJ Johnson.
One brings Makloff magic, while the other, we're still trying to figure that out.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Be honest with everybody, as I always am. I'm hurting right now. Oof. A stomach thing going on. I feel all unsettled when I woke up this morning. Brutal. Watch what's going to happen, man. Watch. You know what's going to happen? Kings are going to clinch.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna deteriorate tonight.
No.
Feel worse.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
I'm going to miss the show tomorrow talking about them clinching. Then it's going to make my trip to L.A. questionable for WrestleMania. I better not be coming down with something.
Dude, I'm not wishing that upon you, brother.
I feel awful.
Listen, when it comes to WrestleMania, that's like the Super Bowl of wrestling, correct? Am I right in that?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that means that you have to sit out for a day or two to get right for WrestleMania, I mean, come on. Wouldn't you do it for the Super Bowl?
Oof, it's brutal. I don't know what's going on. Nick saying I'm just setting up, Nick and Rippin saying I'm setting up my call-in sick day. No, I was saying to JJ,
Yeah, you did.
I don't think I've taken a sick day since I've been here. I don't think I've taken one sick day.
I am with you on
Yeah.
that one. I think in high school I had like one sick day in my entire time.
Honestly, I think I've called out sick maybe like a handful of times the last like 8-9 years out of work.
I called out sick last week.
I just don't do it. Just don't do it. If I can go in, I go in. But this thing is just oof.
You're also very much, you got your hand sanitizer, you got your wipes. You're very good at staying healthy.
Off topic says my stomach is clinching. Javier says Worldwide Wob is at the game. Yeah,
I'm stoked on that.
He just he tweeted out a little while ago. I retweeted it at Nick C Radio. He tweeted out, "Promises made, promises kept." So yes, he is at the G1C tonight. Very big game. Very big game.
Yeah.
I know earlier in the show, Simone threw in the old Worldwide Wob underdog league pass menu. They grade each game, which is going to be the best game. And Wolves at Kings got a 95 fun rating. 16 seasons, Kings winning, they're in. This might be one of the best game atmospheres you ever see.
That is true.
Second of the night is Bulls Clippers with an 83.
Bulls Clippers.
Bulls Clippers.
That's just because it's LA.
Jekyll versus Hyde is the note.
8. So it's a 95 to 83.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that man don't even listen. If you're listening to us in SoCal, you might as well jump to Southwest and come on up here this evening.
And by the way, if you're concerned about the Kings not clinching tonight because they lose, if you are concerned by that in any way, we have some decent news for you. Lauri Markkanen is going to play tonight for Utah against Phoenix. So that's good news.
Yes.
Because if you don't win tonight, you need one of the Clippers or the Suns to lose. And if that happens, you're in.
It's going to happen. One way or another, the Rubik's Cube is going to work out for Kings fans tonight.
The Sacramento Kings going to break the curse.
Easy.
Mama, there go that man. YouTube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. My grandpa's been hogging the courtside tickets all year. Grandma got the courtside tickets in a headlock.
Come on, Grandmammy.
Grandma knows.
Jermaine Young, Jay Young, your
that's
guy.
my fella, man. Fella. We smacked them cats on Friday, by the way, Nick.
Did you?
Yeah, all we were missing was the Cattles.
Yeah, I was wondering how that worked out because UT was on Friday night.
Man,
you
blasted.
missed UT.
I taped it and got there and
they were up by like double digits.
I know, man. Don't remind me, man.
I'm sorry.
I almost called.
You could be a URI fan and watch a 7-win team or whatever it was this year.
It's okay. I mean, look, it was a great year. Rodney Terry, he got
his 5-year deal today.
He got
finally.
the interim pulled off, as he should. I thought they had all the talent they needed to get to the finals, Nick.
Kelly asked me on Friday.
Man.
Kelly asked me on Thursday or Friday. She was like, "What do you think?" And I said, "UConn would be my first pick heading into the Sweet 16." I said, UConn's the best team right now in the country, the way they're playing. I had Texas at 2.
Dang.
They won the Big 12 tournament. They've been playing really good. But
got Houston out of the way for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We can't all be San Diego State fans.
That's true.
That's
true. Anyway, Chuck Lee, will there be a parade of Sacramento wins tonight?
Negative.
No. By the way, your guy Jay Young said there's nothing wrong with seats up top at the G1s.
No, it's not.
We talked about paying money, and some people saying too much money. Finally, Andy Harris, you know what, Jay? I need that championship. We've been questing for 6 too long. So
straight up, that's the other family, man. Got fam.
You got fam. You got fam all over the YouTube chat, huh?
That's what we do here.
That's what we do. By the way, Lamar Jackson, just to throw this in there for a minute or two before we get back to the Kings. Lamar Jackson publicly today via Twitter requested a trade. He said he actually requested this trade on March 2nd. So 3 weeks ago, more than 3 weeks ago, going on a month ago, he requested this trade. The Ravens have obviously known about this the whole time. Teams that make sense, I'll throw a few names at you, JJ.
Come on.
Indy?
Yes.
You got Irsay with the deep pockets.
Definitely.
Post Andrew Luck, they have been unable to find their next guy. They've had a heck of a time at quarterback. They have the number 4 pick, though, so I wonder, do you like it? You have to love somebody, right? I say don't draft a quarterback just to draft a quarterback. But if you love one of these guys, then you're not going to trade for Lamar.
Yeah.
which I think takes, Houston and Carolina out of the mix because they're the top 2 picks. I would imagine they draft a quarterback.
Most likely.
Seattle's interesting. How about you could trade Geno? Trade Geno in the 5 pick?
They can't trade him, but they can get out of the contract after next year.
So they can't trade him because they signed him?
Yeah, there's just too much dead cap at the start of that deal.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, I thought I read something a little different, but
the Commanders.
They should be knocking on the door.
They came out and said they're out today.
Yeah, they still should be knocking on the door.
I don't know what they're doing.
Lamar Jackson has standards.
They don't know what they're doing.
I bet you that the only thing that makes sense is if they're just tanking for Caleb Williams next year. That's the only thing that would make sense. You have Sam Howell at quarterback. How are you not involved? The Falcons, sneaky.
Yes.
Number 8.
Yep.
That would
was
make
on
a
my
lot
list.
of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, great place to play.
Definitely.
Following up on Geno Smith, they can defer his money to 2024, so they would actually be okay trading him.
There you go. And finally, the Patriots.
I think it's match made and whatever you want to call it.
Robert Kraft came out today and said that Meek Mill texted him, letting him know that Lamar wants to play for New England.
How'd that happen?
They're buddies.
Yeah, RK.
I know that, but how'd that happen?
Tight with Meek Mill.
Is Lamar tight with Meek?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, okay.
So I guess Lamar texted Meek, and then Meek texted Robert Kraft.
Is Meek stay somewhere? Where is he at right now? Is he stateside?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I just can't see Belichick investing draft picks and the type of money. I don't know. If you do, look, I'd do it in a heartbeat. You trade and then you pivot and trade Mac, get like a 2nd round pick of something else for Mac.
Yeah.
And then you go with Lamar. But yeah, I find it hard to believe.
What about this one? This is interesting. I know they have a 1-track mind right now, but what about the New York Jets?
Well,
I like it.
They're too busy with the Rodgers stuff.
Well, we know Rodgers is a little iffy, though.
I feel like they're just married to Rodgers at this point.
All right.
Evan Lazard coming out saying he signed with them because of Rodgers. Just seems like it's too far down the road.
This is a question for you, Nick. What happens when TMZ calls you and you see TMZ pop up on your cell phone? Do you pick it up?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I always find it interesting that cats sit down and take their time to talk to TMZ Sports, the whole 9. If I see TMZ hitting me on the line, just go ahead and put the bunny rabbits in the air, brother. I'm not talking to them.
Yeah.
You're looking for something, right?
I'm not interested. Yeah. I'm going to leave a message. Leave a message at the tone. I'm out. I'm completely out. All right, we'll continue Kings Talk coming up. Mike Brown sat down with Ariel Helwani. What do you have to say? Find out next.
I'm Eric Armstead, and you're listening to Sactown Sports.
Armstead with relentless pursuit, and Eric Armstead came in and sacked him.
You wanted more Niners?
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento's new home for the 49ers.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with 0 down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
0 down with approved credit.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up. Consider STP Conventional High Mileage to save on motor oil for your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply. Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. msautogroup.com.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right. But many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Check out the golf to Cattles and Ramie. Sactown Sports.
Very superstitious.
4:45 on this Monday. JJ in for Ramie. Ramie on a vacation day. He'll be back tomorrow. Time check brought to you by COSI Medical Clinic, dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Text line, I'm going to keep it real. Emotions might come over me after we clinch.
What does that mean?
They might get a little teary-eyed.
Okay.
There.
Eyes get a little sweaty.
Everybody shows emotion differently. Just want to check.
Get a little dusty in the living room tonight. Text line, had my first son in 2008, my second in 2014. Both huge Kings fans and have ridden with the team through it all. Can't believe they are about to see their first playoff team of their lives. Tears of joy will be shed tonight if we clinch.
You're already seeing it.
Shout out from Johnny Dollar here in Chico. Much love.
Chico.
Much love, Johnny Dollar. Chico. Can someone explain to me how the Pelicans have been eliminated should the Kings lose? They can match the 40 wins the Kings have with a tiebreaker. You can email Kyle.
I can, real quick, Pelicans and Clippers play each other one more time. Someone has to lose.
There you go. Text line, my son was 8 years old last time the Kings were in the playoffs, and he doesn't remember even though he had season tickets. At that time, we are going to be at the game tonight. I'm probably going to cry when they clinch for my son. It's fantastic.
Straight up.
It's fantastic.
Straight up, man.
Text line, trying to take advantage of my unfortunate stomach situation happening right now. I'll take Nick's WrestleMania tickets.
Relentless.
Man. What's the resale on them puppies right now, bro?
High.
Yeah, the boy. Just in case. It would be a lose-win-win-lose.
It's going to cost you a pretty penny.
That's what I'm talking about. And you let these cats know, man, not only are you a courtside, you ringside cat.
No, I'm not.
But
No,
you're going both days, right?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm going both days.
That's what I'm talking about.
Both days. By the way, let's give away something here. Super Mario Brothers giveaway. Yeah, baby. Sactown Sports is your chance to see Super Mario Brothers only in theaters on April 5th. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. That hotline number for you is 1-800-920-1140. 1-800-920-1140. Caller number 7 to the hotline will win a pair of tickets to check out Super Mario Brothers only in theaters on April 5th. Again, Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now. For more information, visit SactownSports.com. 1-800-920-1140. 1-800-920-1140. One lucky caller to that phone line, caller number 7, will get to go check out Super Mario Brothers.
SoFi this weekend, right? That's the only thing that could house it down there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it'd be my second WrestleMania. I went to WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans.
Ooh.
Which was a good one. It's when The Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar and shocked the world. Daniel Bryan won the heavyweight championship. That was a really good
Daniel Bryan.
That was a good one. That was a really good one. Really good one.
Is there is WrestleMania like the Super Bowl in the fact that, and you've been to Super Bowls, Nick, most of the time Super Bowl, they call it a corporate event. Is WrestleMania a corporate event, or is it more
no,
fandom?
I mean, you have
Fandom?
a lot of, you have a lot of fans.
Okay.
You have a lot of fans that travel over from Europe and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Okay.
These cities now bid for it. These cities make a lot of money off of it now.
Man.
It's like a Super Bowl going to the city. Yeah. And that's why they do it 2 nights now too. So.
Sure.
But yeah, they'll be there like all week. And so you've like, it's
they got the conventions and the WrestleMania row and all that.
Yeah, I think it's like Nashville is actually like trying to use the WWE to help build the stadium because they're a new stadium. They're saying like that they'll take WrestleMania to Nashville if they get a new football stadium.
Okay.
So that's how big it is.
That's trying to, they're playing a part.
All right, so Ariel Helwani, one of my favorites in the media world, actually sat down with Mike Brown, and some of this audio came out over the weekend. Speaking about the playoff expectations, here was Ariel with Coach Brown.
How do you explain to your team that just getting to the postseason isn't the goal? Like, don't be content with this. It's not good enough to just make it and then, lose in the first round shot. You know what I mean? Like, because we've seen that sometimes, right? A young team exceeds expectations and then they fizzle out in the playoffs. How do you explain? How do you get that point across?
The biggest thing is making sure they believe. And from day one, we told them this just wasn't about making the playoffs or making a playing game. We told them our goal is to win a championship just like everybody else. And I didn't say if you don't believe it, this is probably not the situation for you.
Love the consistency, love the message, love the goal. Like, look, we don't want to just make the playoffs. We want to make a run.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Coach Brown was the perfect guy to take this challenge because he saw it as a challenge to embrace, JJ. He wasn't worried about the drought. He hit it head on and said, no, we're going to embrace it. We want to win in the postseason. That's the plan. We're not going to get fat and happy just getting there. I know this is Sacramento. I know all about the drought. Couldn't care less. This is a new era, and this is how we look at things.
Yeah, and you spoke to the point. He's been consistent. This is something he said all season long, the minute he's gotten here, and that's part of, my I won't say drawback, but I'm looking for the proper word. That's part of my not excited so much for this evening because this is something that he's made me a believer of and this team has made me a believer of. And so, yeah, of course, fantastic day, but I'm with Mike. Hey, look, this is what I expected now.
Yeah.
I've come to expect this. I don't want to sound like I'm a spoiled fan, though.
You know.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's just being optimistic and positive and saying, like, again, this could be the first step. I see this as the first step. And with this year, you don't know, man. Lightning in a bottle, right?
Yeah, it could be.
The Hawks did it a few years ago. Lightning in a bottle. Maybe you get to the Western Conference Finals. Maybe you get to the finals. This conference is wide open. Of course, you're going to have to face somebody who's dangerous, the KDs if he's healthy, and Kawhi's and all that. But you're dangerous too. You historically have the best offense we've ever seen in the NBA. So, yeah, I know Kawhi. You can laugh at it if you'd like. Here was Brown talking about, again, with Ariel Helwani, him having this team sign accountability contracts before the season tipped off.
Anytime you value something in life, you usually sign a contract. So I truly value the makeup of what it meant to have a strong winning culture. And when I presented this to the guys, basically talking to them about the vertical and horizontal alignment of trust, talking to them about our values and our principles, talking to them about their role, I wanted to make sure that they understood how important it was to me that this needed to be in existence and not just talked about today and forgotten about, but needed to be in existence every single day going forward because it only gets harder once you attain a certain level. And with that being the case, if you're going to be a part of this and you value this like I do, then let's sign a contract saying that, okay, I understand what's going on. I'm buying into this philosophy. I value it as well. And to prove that I value it, I'm going to put my name on the contract.
I don't know if this works if you have a veteran team that's been to the playoffs before and has. I think this approach was the right approach for this team. A young team. It's a little gimmicky.
Yeah.
But it worked. And it worked, I think, again, because these are younger guys and, you can create that kind of belief and accountability contracts. I don't think you walk up to a team that has LeBron or KD or a veteran going,
they laugh.
here's your accountability contract. Okay, Mike, nice game, but we're moving on. You're able to do that with a team that, is going through the drought and is younger. So this gimmick worked.
They don't know any better, Nick, is what you're saying. They just, they're fresh. They're green, wet behind the ears, man. They didn't know any better. And Mike, here come that old school, I'm a vet in the coaching ranks. I know what I'm doing. I've been here. I've done it. I've seen it. I've brought teams to the finals, Cleveland. And I've worked in LA. I've worked in bigger markets. I'm coming off the championship with the Warriors and my friend Steve Kerr and some of those guys. Listen, this is kind of what we do. This is what we're going to do.
Right.
And I just want to see who's on board, who's coming with me. And I hear a lot of talk. I hear a lot of people saying, you with me, everybody in the locker room. Yeah, because we're all getting paid contracts. But do you really believe it? Do you believe in what you're saying? Here you go. Show me.
Who was the first one to sign the accountability contract?
Domas.
Yeah.
I would have gone HB.
Domas seems like a guy that would
Domas. Yeah. HB?
Or do you start with the rookie? Do you start with Keegan and put pressure on him and be like, look, Keegan?
Nah, I think you got to go with a big name.
Yeah, you got to go with one of the top guys.
Yeah. Because you go Keegan's like, man, that's just a rookie thing, Mike. You're not even. You go Domas.
You're hazing me.
Yes.
Go to the biggest name, Matthew Dellavedova.
Go right to Delhi.
Straight to him.
Put it in front of Delhi.
The pride of Australia.
Here you go, sir.
Outback Jesus.
I'll sign it, mate. I don't do a good impersonation, so I'll say the words without the voice. Mate. Top spots coming up.
Cattles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
ATM Mortgage.
Hi, this is Jeff Tarbell. Is it time to pack up and leave the Golden State? Whether it's a job change or you just need a change, ATM Mortgage can help with financing for just about any destination you have in mind. You can reach us today at 916-338-9400, 338-9400, or online at atmmortgage.net.
ATM Mortgage.
License under California CFL and MLS 223-4889.
O'Reilly.
Need new wiper blades but not sure which ones are right for you? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. We'll show you options for your vehicle and even install your new wiper blades for free. Right now, save $10 per pair on Bosch Focus wiper blades so you can see better in any weather. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Yes, we do have availability. Those dates for how many guests?
Andrea's Boutique Hotel is the destination to tie the knot.
Oh, you want the whole property?
She needs an assistant to catch the bookings bouquets.
249 guests, huh? Oh, and 3 dogs.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Hands up. No fouls. No fouls. Yes. Great job. Timeout. Hello, Sacramento, and all you listeners, it's Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store. Did you know that when your feet are not properly supported, your whole body can become misaligned, causing pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back? Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all 4 arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
"Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis."
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you own a small business, you've probably been hearing a lot about the ERC, how it's worth up to $26,000 per employee, how easy it is, you know the spiel. So why am I still talking to you about it now? Because many of you still haven't filed a claim, but Innovation Refunds can help you close the book on this thing. They're backed by one of those big CPA firms the corporations use, so they can determine once and for all if your business qualifies. And it's free to find out. Go to innovationrefunds.com. That's innovationrefunds.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers. Spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign. Increase leads and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916. This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. It's Simone Rickford with your Sactown Sports headlines. Ladies and gentlemen, the magic number is 1 for the Sacramento Kings to lock in a playoff seeding. With the dub tonight, the Sacramento Kings can become the 3rd team from the Western Conference to clinch a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs and mercifully end the 16-year playoff drought.
The Sacramento Kings going to break the curse.
Kings are hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves at Golden One Center in beautiful downtown Sacramento, and the legendary G-Man is on the call for this momentous night in Kings history. You won't want to miss it. Head to SactownSports.com and listen along on our mobile app.
Kings fans!
I'm Simone. Those are your Sactown Sports headlines. Last 30 rack of the show, so yell at me. Yell it with me if you know the drill. Go forth and light the beam, baby!
Did you miss the headline and the top story of the day?
Extra, extra, we don't matter.
Don't worry, because we got you covered.
This is how we do.
It's the Cattles and Ramie
Top Spot.
Yeah, it's all about the possibility of clinching tonight at G1C. Paul LaBouffe on YouTube, youtube.com, Sactown Sports 1140. Went to the first playoff game at Arco 1. Houston was just too much. Went to Seattle and Phoenix for playoff games. Traveling for the playoffs was an easier ticket than an Arco 2 ticket. Go Kings.
Believe that.
The Sacramento Kings going to break the curse.
Right. Mark Spears spoke it into existence, folks, long time ago, before the season. And we knew there was a lot of people talking about this team possibly turning things around, right? I mean, Chris Mannix gave the Kings some love before the season. Spears gave the team some love. And early on, you had people like Bill Simmons and Zach Lowe giving this team credit. It feels like we knew after about a quarter of the season in that the Kings had a shot. Now, were we thinking 45 to 50 wins? I don't think we were, possibly looking at that. But here we are. 50 wins is on the radar. You can do it. 5-3 in your final 8. And you sit at 50 wins if you can get that done. So 2-0 weekend was good. JJ, of course, they beat Phoenix on Friday night. They come back and beat Utah on Saturday night. I was in the building.
Yes, sir.
So no more Cattle's curse. Get it out of my face.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's
that's
gone.
Been done.
It's gone. It's truly gone.
Don't even bring that to the table no more. It's the Cattle's cookout now. I mean, when you go to the arena, cats is getting cooked.
That's true. Utah felt it. Utah felt the wrath on Saturday night. Speaking of cooking, Kevin Huerter has been cooking,
man.
Top scorer Friday night, top scorer Saturday night. But JJ,
Kevin Huerter,
above and beyond what Huerter is doing scoring wise and shooting wise, it's the other things that he's been doing, right?
Yeah.
On Friday against Phoenix, 29, 9, and 5, 9 rebounds, 5 dimes. Against Utah on Saturday, 7 rebounds, 4 dimes. And when you see an active Huerter, when you see Huerter step up without De'Aaron Fox and doing what he's got to do, take care of business, the usage goes up a little bit. And he has proven to be a very important part of this team and could end up being an X factor once we get to the postseason.
Yeah, he's been everything that I imagined coming into the season. He's sustained to this point with a couple of lulls. Was that February? February wasn't it? It was February,
rough
right?
month,
Yeah, it's February. February wasn't that didn't go that well for Kevin, but beside that, man, he's been pretty steady. He's been on point. He's kind of been the third leg for the Sacramento Kings, and I like the fact that he is going into the playoffs, into the postseason on a hot streak. I think this is what the team needs. I think they need a solidified third guy. And Kevin's kind of played that position. He's, as you mentioned right there, not only bringing the points, he's handling the rock pretty well. He's not turning the ball over. He's in the, and I talked about it, he's been still in the rock a little lately here the last month or so, but he's shooting at a decent clip. He's making plays. He's doing everything right, Nick. I mean, no real complaints, since he's been back. I know he missed three games. He missed 3 games a few weeks ago and on the road trip, but I mean, that's part of it. That's part of it. This is long season. We see De'Aaron that we talked about and B not playing today. I mean, that happens. There are guys who miss games. So no harm, no foul there. I think he's played very, very well all season, and it's been a fantastic pickup.
Yeah, when you look at Huerter's year, the question I think in February that some people were asking was, well, they're asking a lot more from Kevin in Sacramento than it did in Atlanta. And is he getting tired? He's got high volume shooting, right? He's a constant motion with the offense that they run. Is he getting tired? And I think Kevin has unequivocally answered that as a big fat no. I'm not getting tired. When you look at this season, he started off hot, obviously in November. He shot 53% from 3 in November. Then he dropped down to a more human-like 41%. Actually, that was in October. He shot 53%. In November, he dropped down to a more human 41%. In December, he hovered around 37%, right? 37.5. January, 37.2. So he was the same shooter in December and January. Then it was the February that we're talking about. And February was brutal. It was just a bad month. He shot 29%. But now, you look at March, he's above 50%.
Come on now.
51.4% from 3. So any concerns about Huerter getting tired, not having the legs, not being able to shoot the 3 as well as he did at the beginning of the season, I think we can relax about that. I think Kevin has proven again that he is more than conditioned to do this work, and he has been fantastic. Keegan Murray's also been good. And, of course, he can break the rookie record, 3-pointers made tonight. Cattles and Ramie, no Ramie, JJ in. on this Monday. Keegan's 4 threes away, JJ, from making the most threes ever by a rookie in the NBA. Has he exceeded your expectations?
No. I would say no. I think he's just about been right what I expected, Nick. I coming into the season, once the team decided that they would take Keegan, I think most people would have said Keegan is probably the most ready guy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Most balanced guy.
Yep.
And probably not didn't have the highest upside. You said yesterday he had a high ceiling. And I kind of expected that going into it. Now, I would say this. I don't think I would expect it for this man to break a 3-point record coming straight out of, especially knowing that he would probably be the third or fourth option, depending on, we didn't know what the offense was completely going to be based upon, even though you had you had a fantastic inkling that a lot of it will be run through Domas just based off the evidence and, you checking the blueprints and doing your job. But I think he's pretty much been where I expected. And for good. And then you know what? That's a good thing. I should mention that. Like, I would have hated to see the pick go somewhere else and we didn't get what we've gotten from Keegan so far. And I think it's only up. The arrow's pointing up for Keegan. Top flight talent, all-star. I'm not exactly sure, but I do think you're going to get a Harrison Barnes type, workman-like. Well, I don't want to call Harrison Barnes workman-like because that's disrespectful. But I think you're going to get something from that sorts of Keegan, that you're going to get a professional, a consummate professional, someone who's going to be there every single night, probably not miss a lot of games. I just think Keegan has a little more top side than Harrison does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too shocked by anything that he's done this year, honestly. I would say maybe defensively a little bit better than I anticipated. More defensive versatility than I would give him credit for.
And real quick, Nick, do you think he's a little more athletic than you gave him credit for?
No, he's about where I thought he would be. Yeah, he's not a super athlete, relatively speaking. I mean, he's a super athlete compared to me and you and
he's a pro.
Guys that are walking around right now. But when you talk about the NBA athlete, he's a little bit under the level, but I think he has shown more defensive versatility. He's done much better. We talked about this last week. The idea of I gave you the numbers last week where I think he had 9 dribble handoffs or whatever in college. And now you look at what he did this year with the dribble handoffs, DHOs with Domas. He has transitioned to this kind of offense quicker than I might have anticipated from 3 and running some of the action he's run with them. But overall, I mean, he's pretty much the guy that I thought we'd be getting here. I thought he would have a very high floor, a decent ceiling. I think, I've said it before, I would not be surprised if he ends up being a multiple-time All-Star. So I think he has that talent, and he has proven that he has that talent, and that's a great thing. Clinching, does it happen tonight? We'll break down the game coming up in a couple of minutes, but this has a chance to be a very special night at the G1C.
Do you I know the stomach jumps around.
Ugh.
You're probably not going to partake in any bubbly just based upon that. But if you weren't, would
ginger
you partake?
ale?
Okay, that's bubbly. It's carbonated there, brother.
Take care of your body.
Absolutely. How many people do you think indulge in the bubbly this evening if the Kings get it done, man? What does Sacramento look like tomorrow on the wake up? How many call-ins do we get?
80-20?
Okay.
Can I give you 80-20?
Yeah.
80% are calling out?
No, they're partaking in the bubbly.
Okay, I understand.
I say 80-20.
I'd like that. I like that. I would say I'm proud of that, but I would like to see that, man. I just want people to really enjoy, and vice versa. If it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world.
Right.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I do think there might be somewhat of a letdown, Nick, from fans if it doesn't happen. And I don't want to come to the show tomorrow and you guys have to deal with, the sad side. Oh my goodness, the Kings did it again. And no, man, they're in third place.
Right.
Enjoy it. So that's the other part of it too.
Yeah, don't don't be super depressed and miserable if they don't get it done tonight.
There's always tomorrow, Lord willing.
But we got to take a look at this matchup tonight between the T-Wolves and the Kings. We got game night coming up at 5:30. It's 5:12 on a Monday. Remind you, check out Cosi Medical Clinic, dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. We'll talk Wolves-Kings coming up in 90 seconds.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together. But let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. msautogroup.com.
One brings Macloff magic, while the other, we're still trying to figure that out.
Kettles and Ramie.
Sactown Sports.
So Jay Mars tweeted out a little earlier today that Comcast might have a little bit of a outage situation. They're not happening. You're gonna have. You better get that. You better get that fixed before this game tips off.
Imagine?
Oh my God.
Well, people would just have to tune into Sactown Sports 1140 and listen to
right.
G-Man.
Yeah, I'm more afraid of the safety in the city. We talked about it earlier. Like, don't burn anything, don't go too nuts. But if certain Kings fans can't watch this game tonight because of a cable company issue, that's gonna get ugly.
You know, I hadn't thought about this.
Local establishments would be happy.
You know what? I was just getting ready to say that. I hadn't thought about this, Nick. I was gonna go to the house, to the hut, and chill out, put the feet up, but. No, I might slide on out somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah, brother. I might make it an evening.
There you go.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, you said it wasn't the biggest deal in the world, clinching.
Absolutely. But that doesn't mean I can't rock with my brother in there, Kai. I mean, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. I think it's a fantastic evening, fantastic day, opportunity. As Nick has said, live in the moment, live it up. You know, let's have fun, enjoy. I'm just saying, I've believed in the Kings, you know, quite a bit in the season. I thought they would be a playoff team anyway, officially or non-official, you know, however you want to call it. But I might do that, Nick.
What's Simone's plan tonight?
Oh, I was just gonna say Simone's gonna be in the streets after Golden One Center. She's gonna be in the streets with the people.
I so wanted to see Simone on Saturday night.
Simone, you going to the game?
In playoff mode.
Okay.
I wanted to see Simone in playoff mode on Saturday.
I know.
I feel like I was robbed of the opportunity to witness that.
You saw a little bit of the magic there, though.
A little bit of the magic.
It's not playoff Simone.
Had to keep buying her drinks, by the way.
That ain't posted.
You were taking care of me. It was
She ain't
nice.
cheap. Yeah, she ain't cheap on a dime.
It's not cheaper than keeping Nick.
I was like, what do you want? I was hoping for maybe like a White Claw or something. She wasn't into that.
Top shelf.
Yep, there was a specific brand I roll around with.
Damn, Simone.
She going straight to the North Pole.
I got you. I got you.
Straight to the North Pole, Nick. You ever go into a bar or a club and you look straight up to the north? Oh, that's them boys up there.
I take a loan out for Saturday night.
Looking for Santa Claus up there at the North Pole.
I tell you, man.
I'll be here working the game tonight.
Joe Giroux saying there's going to be a lot of Kings babies in December and January.
Maybe. Maybe.
What a story that is.
Yes.
By the way, 113 likes. We fell well short of our 150.
Woo.
It's all right. You shoot,
but we did a good day. A good day.
Yeah,
good output.
Come on, now.
Good production.
It's like the Kings. We want to win a championship, and that's what we're going to shoot for.
By the way, all guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. A couple thoughts here from the text line and YouTube before we bid you adieu and get to game night. White _sneakers, rest the fans after this game. Yes, because people were wondering, would you rest the team? We'll get to that a little bit later this week.
Fans.
Martin G said his girl Tori clinched when she met him. Hey, watch out.
Man.
Coming in hot.
Can't get no better than clinching that.
Watch out. Let me see. We've got Off Top Entertainment. How far can the Kings go in the playoffs? Any thoughts? I think they are underestimated. Yeah, we've talked about it a little bit here and there. Look, I think it's a wide open conference, man. You know, there's a lot of ifs. If this happens, then that can happen. And I look at the Kings. They've been healthy all year, knock on wood. They have the best offense in NBA history. Look, their defense is suspect. That's the question. Their defense is going to be questioned, and it should be questioned. Can they give you 4 quarters when you get to the postseason and be able to slow these teams down from attacking the hoop and all that stuff? We'll see. But that's the Kings question to me. And, you know, when you look at the backup big, we've talked about it. I would love one more wing that had some length and could play defense. I think Kessler's helped you a bit, but I would still like to see one more person. If they could have gotten like Vanderbilt, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would have been a thing of beauty. But, you know, I think when you look at the Western Conference, you feel good about the chances of making a run. I'm not sitting here guaranteeing it, but I don't think it'd be absolutely crazy if the Kings make it to the Western Conference Finals. Not this year. Not with this conference. Not the way they've played. They've earned it. 100% earned it. Timberwolves tonight, JJ, 38-37 heading into the night. They beat Golden State last night. Of course, they shot last night better than 42% from three-point land. They were making their threes. Cat had the game winner. Bad pass by Draymond was picked off. Cat marched right down, fast break, knocked down the three. They are 5-5 in their last 10 games. 5-5. They do have 3 straight W's though. And we'll see who plays. Cat is not going to play. He's out.
He's gone.
So, you know, what will Ant look like? Is he going to play? He was questionable. Haven't seen anything about that just yet. Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert. The first thing I want to see is, do they try to defend Fox with McDaniels like they did last time?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nick.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, for some odd reason, man, Minnesota plays Sacramento pretty well defensively. And I've been trying to put my thumb on it. I looked at it today. I looked at it last night, knowing we were coming in here and speaking about it. I just can't figure it out. And I know Anthony Edwards, he plays pretty well against Sacramento. You know, I'm not saying anything that we don't all know. He seems to play pretty well against most people. But something about Sacramento, he sees the Kings, and he even said it last time, like he enjoys playing in Sacramento. And that might be part of it. The fandemonium, great atmosphere. I'm not exactly sure, but I was almost leaning towards, if Cat was going to play, I thought the Kings would handle it decently well. If Ant plays, I don't know, man. I'm a little scared when Minnesota is led by Ant compared to Cat.
Of course, you get the second night of a back-to-back, which helps, right? Yep. So they played last night. You had a day off after your back-to-back on Friday and Saturday. We'll see if McDaniels does indeed defend Fox. And if he does, then you've got to attack. You've got to attack Mike Conley. If Conley's going to defend Kevin Huerter and make his night miserable, that's what you've got to do. Pay special attention to this lineup. So if Ant does play tonight, Ant, Jaden, Kyle Anderson, slow-mo, and Gobert, when those 4 guys are on the floor, the Timberwolves have a 90.9 half-court defensive rating, which would be just about where the Celtics were in the postseason last year.
That's crazy.
Wow. So when you have those four guys defending at the same time, again, Long, right? Ant's a good defender.
Yeah.
Jaden's a good defender.
For sure.
Slow-Mo's pretty good. And then you got Gobert. So when those four guys are on the floor, can you score? They're a plus 10.7 in net rating.
Wow.
So they've played really well together. The thing about Minnesota, though, JJ, I think you've got opportunity here. Minnesota is the 5th worst defense against the three-pointer.
Yeah.
And we know. Coach Jay Triano told us last week, no such thing as a bad three.
Shoot it.
So, this team all year long, Minnesota has struggled with defending the three. So this could be a good night for Herter to continue to get going. For Keegan, hopefully to break that record. He's 4 away. You should be able to get good looks from three against this defense. You should be able to give them some headaches from distance. And if you can, obviously 3 is more than 2. That would certainly help. But yeah, I mean, this team has some length. They've got some size. You are fortunate without Cat because I think that's a really difficult lineup for the Kings when you've got Cat and Gobert. With the lack of size
for the Kings.
For the Kings, that would be really difficult.
Might almost see a Rashawn Holmes sighting again. He came in for 4 minutes on Saturday. Which kind of threw it off. I was like, where were they going with that? But maybe they were just spelling someone.
So we'll see. We'll see if the threes hurt the Timberwolves tonight. Also, Minnesota fouls a lot.
They do.
A lot. So when you look at, opposing free throw attempts a game, Minnesota's dead last. They will foul. So I'd like them. I'm always fascinated to see if a team attacks Gobert because I've seen teams try to attack him through the chest, and at times it actually works. Do you try to attack him with Domas tonight early and try to, have Domas out physical him a little bit in the paint? I would be interested to see that. But this team will foul. And one more thing I would say, too. Third quarter could be big tonight. Defensively, the Timberwolves have been bad out of halftime. Third quarter defense has not been good. So, some teams go through that. They have these lulls after halftime. They got to kind of reset and get going. Minnesota's had that a little bit. So, if you go into the half up tonight, take advantage of that in the third quarter, and you could have a double-digit lead going into the fourth.
Yeah.
And if you have that, then you feel good.
I know with De'Aaron coming back, putting the pressure on, as you said, Rudy, and definitely taking advantage of Mike Conley's lack of defense on the edge, man. That's something that we, and Herter will probably get the matchup with Mike on the offensive end, and that's where the ball handling of Herter has to come through and make the proper decisions. The other thing for Minnesota, too, man, is they're on the glass. They stay on the glass. Of course, that's what Gobert, the sprinkle in with Cat. They're super long, but McDaniels does a very good job too.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where the Kings and Minnesota, they match up pretty decently, and I think the fact that the Kings are playing for something tonight means all the world. And listening to De'Aaron, listening to Mike, listening to guys in pregame, shoot around.
Crowd is going to be hyped.
Oh my goodness, brother. Simone going to be in the building. I know Verlad's going to be in the building. I believe Dave is going to be in the building.
Verlad and Simone are going to the game.
Separate. I'm not hitting him up.
But doesn't matter. You guys are going. Is that a curse situation?
Yes. But no, we're avoiding each other. It's going to be great.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't worry about it.
By the way, Minnesota also not the best rebounding team, which is interesting because they're big.
Yes.
They turn the ball over a lot. So they clinch tonight. Kings get it done.
I agree.
All right. Thanks to Kyle. Thanks to Simone. Great job behind the glass. JJ, good stuff. Everybody, have a great time tonight. Be safe. Hopefully tomorrow, myself and Ramie, we're talking about this team clinching a playoff berth for the first time in 17 years on the calendar, 16 seasons. Hopefully we got it. Till tomorrow, Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. Let's go. I was in the building.
Yes, sir.
No more Cattles curse. Get it out of my face.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
it's been done.
It's gone. It's truly gone.
I mean, bring that to the table no more. It's the Cattles cookout now. I mean, when you go to the arena, cats is getting cooked.
The Oakland A's open the 2023 season at home Thursday against Shohei Ohtani and the Angels.
Swung on and missed. That's the way this ball game ends.
Catch opening night on Sactown Sports at 7 p.m. live from the Coliseum.
ACR Solar and Home